The story begins at the eastern region Tian sect, where a pair of black swans are tenderly entwined by the lakeside. The tranquil atmosphere is suddenly shattered by a scream of agony. The sound comes from an old man standing by the lake, startling the lovebirds who squawk in surprise. The old man looks at his wrinkled face reflected in the water, unable to believe the image before him. Yi Junlin did not expect that while he was just dozing off in class, upon waking, he would find himself in the body of an old man. He feels despair, pain, and tears stream down his face as he laments his fate. Once a tall young man of 185 centimeters, just entering university and yet to enjoy the beauty of life, he now finds himself an old man close to death, which he cannot accept. Yi Junlin trembles in anger, his eyes red and unwilling to resign. He shouts in fury, "If I've crossed over, then this old man must be a hidden expert. I want to see his memories." Through the remnants of his past memories, he learns that the world he is in is called the Kunlun realm, where cultivators are revered. The hierarchy of cultivators is divided as follows: refined qi, foundation establishment, golden elixir, yuaning, divinity, integration, great ascension, save lives, and true immortal. The current body of Yi Junlin is the host's home. Yi Junlin is exceptionally talented and reached the golden elixir stage at a young age. Due to his outstanding giftedness, he was chosen to join the Misty Peak Tian sect, one of the 6 major sects in the eastern region of Wasteland Province, an opportunity not easily afforded to everyone. However, during an operation to eliminate evil cultivators, he was ambushed. His dantian was destroyed, resulting in the complete loss of his cultivation, turning him into a waste. After more than a decade, he became dull-witted, living in negativity, and completely resigned, remaining on the mountain without concern for worldly affairs. Until he reached the age of 110, Yi Junlin's complexion suddenly changed. He thought of something, feeling an overwhelming fear that made him sweat profusely, his whole body trembling, and his eyes brimming with tears. After all this time, I am just an ordinary person. Moreover, based on my previous age, shouldn't I die at any moment? I just crossed over. But recalling his experiences of writing web novels for many years, Yi Junlin gradually calmed down. In his mind, he suddenly thought, if it's a crossover, there must be a system. So surely fate will not cut off my path. He forcefully slammed his cane down on the ground, his face full of arrogance, pointing to the sky and shouting loudly, "System, your father is here, come out and face me." But the heavens replied to the youth with a painful blow, and there was no movement in any direction. "Are you playing hide and seek with me? Hurry up, stop messing around." Yi Junlin looked pitiful. "System Gidge, I was wrong, that was just a joke. Please say something." Looking at the silent space, Yi Junlin felt a bit desperate, but suddenly he remembered something. He quickly groped his body, searching for his last bit of hope. Maybe it's not a system save. What if it's the ring of the master of the sect? So that I won't bully the old and poor a little. Then he found an old ring and lowered his voice to ask, "Dude, old man, are you in there?" Seeing that the ring still showed no sign of change, Yi Junlin panicked and angrily shouted, "Old man, don't pretend, I know you're hiding in there." After a long while without any response from the ring, he despairingly threw it away. At this moment, Yi Junlin could no longer maintain his composure. He angrily raised his stick to the sky and cursed, "Damn it, old heavens." Hearing these curses, the system could no longer stay hidden and had to reveal itself, warning the young man about his language. Measurement detection indicates that the host is cursing quite badly, so this system has to activate a passive response. Please refrain from swearing and strive to be a civilized person. Yi Junlin was so overjoyed to see the system that he felt like crying, but he also blamed the system for being somewhat untrustworthy, almost causing him trouble. It was suspected that this book was following the mortal line. The system then issued a notification, "We apologize, it was a bit deep in sleep before, and this system has just woken up. To make it up to the host, we are giving a beginner's gift pack. Would you like to open it?" Without any hesitation, Yi Junlin shouted, "Open it for me." The system granted him a special ability. The stronger he faced, the stronger he became. As long as he confronted any opponent with a higher realm than his own, he would permanently receive cultivation one level higher than that opponent. Moreover, there are no side effects. Yi Junlin was astonished and said, "Is that true? For example, what if I am an ordinary person now?" In his heart, he couldn't help but have doubts about confronting immortals, but the system assured him that there would be no problems. Hearing this, Yi Junlin was extremely excited, but if that's really the case, doesn't that mean I will be invincible? I can always be a step ahead of my opponents, so what's the point of cultivating anymore? Cultivate my ass. Seeing this, the system immediately doused the young man with a cold splash of reality. The kind system reminds the host that there is only 1 hour left before the end of your life. At that moment, he felt as if he had been struck dumb. No way, am I really about to die? I need to quickly go down the mountain to find someone and pretend to collide in order to extend my lifespan. Thinking this, Yi Junlin leaned on his staff and took heavy steps down the mountain. He hadn't gone very far when he was already gasping for breath and sighed to the system, "You said the heavenly demon is waiting at the top of the mountain. Thanks to you, I'm being bothered right now." The system displayed a notification once again, kindly reminding him, the remaining time for the host to live is 35 minutes. Hearing the system, Yi Junlin became even angrier and shouted, "Enough with the urging, it feels like a funeral procession. Will my old bones be able to keep up?" At this moment, at the peak of the distant mountain, dark clouds suddenly gathered, covering the entire sky. The thunder boomed, catching Yi Junlin's attention, causing him to startle and wonder, what's going on? Are those black monsters demon beasts? Su Yunlan, along with the disciples and elders, had gathered. He, filled with rage, shouted, "How audacious! Which monstrous being dares to disturb my Xian Tian sect?" The Qingping demon king hovered in the air, arrogantly threatening, "Xian Tian sect is a shameless bunch. This demon king is still alive, and today, I will definitely wipe them out." Seeing his arrogance, Su Yunlan could not hide his anger. Years ago, he severely wounded the one who slaughtered the Li kingdom, knocking him down a vertical cliff of thousands of feet. Unbeknownst to him, this guy had survived by sheer luck and brought a pack of beasts to seek revenge. However, he instead feels grateful for returning hatred. The Qingping demon king hovered in the air, emanating a terrifying aura, laughing loudly. Is this enough to rely on? Feeling the pressure from him, Su Yunlan immediately changed color and shouted, "What? You have broken through to the nascent soul stage." An elder asked in panic what they should do. A strong nascent soul stage opponent was not something they could contend with. Seeing this, Yunlan turned around and said loudly, "Even so, we cannot sit back and wait. At this point, we can only fight to the death, determined to protect the Xian Tian sect." With that, he and everyone else charged forward together. Then, one person and one demon rushed into battle. Qingping demon king commanded, "All of you, come at me, kill these filthy Taoists." At the foot of the mountain, Yi Junlin witnessed the scene before him, his trembling hand raised in desperation, "Someone, come and help me." But there was no fairy to hear his plea at that moment, only the system's reminder, "Host currently has 20 minutes of lifespan left, quickly take measures to save yourself." Seeing this, Yi Junlin felt despondent, only able to cry out, "No way, must I go to reincarnation so soon? They are too far from me, they can't hear me at all." Knowing that he had little time left, Yi Junlin had no choice but to continue using his cane to climb the mountain. Returning to the battle between the Qingping demon king and the people of the Xian Tian sect, it was currently taking place with great intensity. The Qingping demon king laughed proudly, "So weak. If this is all the strength you have, then today marks the end of the Xian Tian sect. I will show you how powerful the nascent soul stage truly is." As soon as he finished speaking, he unleashed a massive beam of light, carrying overwhelming pressure down upon them. A few people were struck and stumbled to the ground. Yunlan, with blood dripping from the corner of his mouth, struggled to sit up while holding his stomach. There's no other way, the gap between the golden elixir stage and the nascent soul stage is just too great. Seeing their pitiful state, the Qingping demon king couldn't help but burst into loud laughter. "Haha, is there anyone else who wants to resist? Just sit still and wait for death. At that moment, on a mountain not far away, a loud shout rang out, "Hey, you stupid bird, come back here. Stop looking around, I'm talking to you." Hearing this, the Qingping Demon King was startled and turned toward the source of the sound. Seeing the old man provoking him, he became furious. "The damned old man! You really don't want to live anymore, do you? You dare to insult me?" Yi Junlin's face turned red, and he shouted loudly into the speaker provocatively. "If the stupid bird is unconvinced, come here and fight me. I have been waiting for you here since this afternoon. If you don't come, you are just my grandson." Fortunately, the young man rummaged through the old man's house and found a speaker. As long as he used spirit stones, he could activate and use this speaker. Feeling belittled, the Qingping Demon King was furious and wanted to burrow into the ground. In his entire life, he had never met anyone so arrogant. At this moment, all eyes were focused on Yi Junlin. The group could not believe that this was their junior brother. A woman exclaimed, "Oh my God! Is that the legendary Misty Peak?" A few were unable to hide their astonishment because they knew Yi Junlin had withdrawn from the world for decades, so how could he suddenly appear here? They feared he wanted to lend a hand, but unfortunately, he was assassinated back then, his cultivation completely destroyed, turning him into a waste. Another person exclaimed in shock, "Yi Junlin dares to mock the Qingping Demon King. Isn't he seeking death?" Qingping Demon King laughed loudly, his tone mocking, "Haha, so it turns out to be the useless person from a few decades ago." Yi Junlin's body was on the verge of collapse. He struggled to muster his last bit of strength and shouted into the speaker, "Grandson, I don't actually need cultivation to kill you and turn you into roasted quail. If you have the guts, come here and die." The system kindly reminded, "Host has 10 seconds before death occurs." Sweat poured down his forehead as his body grew weaker. Why does this stupid bird keep babbling on? Talking so much nonsense, if you don't hit me, I'll die. The system began the countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7. Yi Junlin helplessly screamed for help in his heart. The Qingping Demon King, furious, gathered all his strength to unleash a move, shooting a pillar of light toward Yi Junlin. "If you want to seek death, this king will turn you to ashes." Faced with the terrifying attack of the Demon King, Yi Junlin was not afraid at all but rather extremely excited. At this moment, Yi Junlin widened his eyes, a glint of light flickering in his gaze, and within his pupils appeared the image of a flower. The force measurement revealed that the host was under attack by an early-stage Yuaning enemy. Now activating the passive effect, the stronger the opponent, the stronger he becomes, receiving mid-stage Yuaning cultivation. Just a second later, a powerful force erupted within Yi Junlin's body. His aging face gradually began to rejuvenate, and the wrinkles on his skin disappeared. Yi Junlin looked at his invigorated body and wondered, is this the nascent soul stage? The system announced, "Of course, our system is very professional." At this moment, a powerful aura erupted from Yi Junlin, emitting strength to counter the Demon King's attack. The two auras clashed violently, creating an intense atmosphere. A loud explosion echoed, shaking the ground around them. The Qingping Demon King was astonished by the scene, left speechless and sweating profusely. What is happening? Yi Junlin's explosive power made everyone cover their faces in fear. A senior sister worriedly asked, "Yi Junior brother, is he still alive?" From the explosion, Yi Junlin stepped out with an handsome face, exuding an impeccable aura. He gently opened his eyes, looking at the brightly shining golden lotus in his hand, surprised. Is this the true strength of the nascent soul stage? No wonder it is the top fighting force of the human realm. It is indeed frightening. Qingping Demon King's expression stiffened for a moment as he stuttered, You are also at the nascent soul stage." He did not expect that the cultivation level of the other person was higher than his. Everyone was astonished, taken aback. How can this be? So Yi Junior brother is actually a strong nascent soul stage. It turns out that those years away were just to hide from others. He appeared to be a normal mortal, but he has actually broken through to the Yuaning realm. Yi Junior brother, it turns out you are a fraud. People were amazed and began to discuss, Yi junior brother actually kept his skills hidden, this is the Yuaning realm. Unexpectedly, there are not many people in the entire Wasteland province, yet our Xian Tian sect has produced one. At this moment, Qingping Demon King was scared, recoiling and clasping his hands in submission. What happened just now was just a misunderstanding. I decide to resolve the conflict with your sect, and I will come to pay my respects when I have the time. Yi Junlin coldly replied, you have destroyed the foundation of the Xian Tian sect and killed countless disciples of our sect. And you say to me that this is a misunderstanding? The system voice resounded, congratulations to the host for achieving cultivation for the first time, receiving a magical talent, a random reward from the system, the Great Wilderness Prison. Yi Junlin smiled triumphantly and channeled spiritual energy in his hand, I will wipe out your entire clan, slaughter your sect. After it's done, I'll tell you it was all just a misunderstanding that I inadvertently caused. The pupils of the Qingping Demon King immediately constricted. The Qingping Demon King, unable to reconcile with him, was so enraged that he gritted his teeth and threatened, your cultivation is slightly deeper than mine, but the difference is not significant. Do you truly want a life and death struggle with me? Yi Junlin did not want to provoke him, but if he assaulted him, he would definitely seek revenge. He pointed at his face and cursed, besides, a scum like you, killing countless humans, is not worth regretting even if you die. He was infuriated by Yi Junlin's provocation and shouted loudly, you human, you pushed me to this point. Even if I have to burn all my inner Dan, I will drag you down with me. You have no idea of your limits. Yi Junlin raised his hand high, creating a ball of energy. The corner of his mouth curled up, displaying a triumphant smile as he looked at him. The one who doesn't know their limits. Yi Junlin unleashed his ultimate technique, the Great Wilderness Confining Finger, delivering a powerful strike towards the boastful eagle to teach him a lesson he would never forget. The technique radiated outwards, and the terrifying energy caused the Qingping Demon King to lose his composure. He panicked and shouted, what is this? Wait! Stop! Yi Junlin, my wife gives this to you. I don't need my clan anymore. I'm begging you. I've just entered the Yuaning realm, I still don't want to die. The overwhelming force crashed down, directly shattering the rocky ground. In the next moment, there was a thunderous explosion. The ground shook violently, and as the dust cleared, only the blood-soaked corpse of the Qingping Demon King lay cold on the ground. Seeing their leader had been annihilated, the remaining demon beasts were terrified, turning to run in panic. The king is dead. We need to run. But wanting to run doesn't mean they could actually escape. Yi Junlin slowly raised his hand, his entire body radiating evil energy. Want to run? He raised his hand, and a gigantic hand crushed the group of demon beasts. Finally, he flew down to the crowd, his hair fluttering, his presence radiant, and said, these filthy birds won't dare to disturb Xian Tian sect anymore. Yunlan clasped his hands, exclaiming, Yi junior brother, this time we are truly lucky to have you. I apologize, I previously thought your cultivation was wasted and completely collapsed. But I never expected you to have broken through to Yuaning. In response, he merely smiled lightly and looked at him. Su Qianshui twirled his hair, chuckling softly, what are you looking at? With the demeanor of Yi junior brother like this, how could he have completely collapsed? Master Peak of Hidden Sword, Zhao Dezhu, was filled with excitement and said, that's right. Yi junior brother's humility is why he doesn't show off and silently protects the sect. Yi Junlin breathed a sigh of relief, thinking to himself, this guy is good, knows how to imagine. But that's fine, it saves me the headache of explaining. Just when things seemed calm, a desperate shout rang out, report to the master. There's a great danger. An elder, covered in blood, was supporting a severely injured person and ran over pleading for help. The Wind Thunder sect suddenly came to seize the spiritual mineral resources of our sect. The disciples guarding them die a tragic death. Yunlan hadn't been happy for long when he heard the news and reacted fiercely, shouting, what kind of reason is that? The Wind Thunder sect usually has very good relations with us, right? How could they have the audacity to do this? Without a spiritual mind to cultivate, this is no different than cutting off our path to becoming immortals, it's pushing us into a dead end. Seeing this, he quickly said to Yi Junlin, Yi junior brother, I am preparing to lead the disciples to reclaim our resources. Are you willing to join me? Yi Junlin's expression darkened. He knew very well that the Wind Thunder sect was one of the 6 major sects in the Wasteland province. There had been many conflicts in the past, but they had still managed to keep things under control. However, now they were invading, clearly taking advantage of the demon clan's power to do so. This was indeed extremely sinister. Suddenly, the system announced, Mission check-in activated. Please complete the check-in at the Wind Thunder sect, and the host will receive an unimaginable reward. When Yi Junlin saw this, his mood lifted again. Oh, another mission. Anyway, I can meet strong opponents, so I might as well kill them on their territory and take them by surprise. Thinking for a moment, he did not hesitate to tell them to continue with their work, while he would directly confront the Wind Thunder sect to eliminate the root of the problem for everyone. Yunlin immediately gave a thumbs up in agreement and did not forget to praise, Yi junior brother is truly incredibly impressive. Without wasting any more time, Yi Junlin set off as well. Everyone's eyes were on Yi Junlin, unable to hide their admiration. It has been so many years, and the Xian Tian sect is finally this strong again. With Yi Master Peak, we can become the leading sect among the 6 major sects in the Wasteland province. Cutting to the Wind Thunder sect, a group of people was whispering to each other, I never expected things to go so smoothly. After bringing the Demon King to the Xian Tian sect, we conveniently seized all their spiritual minds. We could develop into the top sect in the Wasteland province. But will that Demon King not come after us? Another person confidently replied, what is there to be afraid of? Don't you know that today the Wind Thunder sect invited a great character from the Immortal sect? With him here, there won't be any problems. In the main hall, Chen Yunhai was happily chatting with Mu Old Man. Old Man Mu, I heard that Chen Xiao, my son, has performed exceptionally well in the Immortal sect and has been accepted as an apprentice by a venerable master. Is this true? Old Man Mu, who was sitting next to me, slowly responded, Master Chen, I traveled here from Qing province specifically for this matter. Your young master has been valued by the giant Sun Venerable and has been taught supreme Taoist techniques. His potential will undoubtedly be immense in the future. Hearing this, Chen Yunhai couldn't hide his excitement. That's great. Does that mean my son has a chance to become an immortal now? Another person also excitedly said, Master, this is indeed a cause for celebration. At this moment, Old Man Mu took out a box containing a high-grade transformation elixir and handed it to Chen Yunhai. He exclaimed in surprise, a transformation elixir. Everyone below uniformly congratulated the master. With this pill to assist you, you will definitely break through to become a Yuaning cultivator. Chen Yunhai held the box in his hands and laughed heartily, haha, my son has great potential. Today is truly a double joy. After that, he turned to Old Man Mu to inquire about the matter of the Demon King. Mu Old Man also promised to quickly resolve the issue for him. Chen Yunhai, upon hearing this, looked pleased as if he had struck gold. That's wonderful. You've worked hard, sir. If it weren't for Mu Old Man pointing out the Demon King's realm this time, our Wind Thunder sect would have almost lost the opportunity to seize the resources of the Xian Tian sect. Suddenly, a loud explosion echoed from outside, startling everyone who turned their heads to look. Yi Junlin slowly descended from above and asked them, is this the Wind Thunder sect? Chen Yunhai, seeing an intruder, became furious and shouted, are you tired of living? How dare you burst into the main hall of our Wind Thunder sect? Yi Junlin smirked in derision. The young man crossed his arms and introduced himself, I am Yi Junlin from the Great Xia, here to kill all of you from the Wind Thunder sect. Everyone around felt the aura of the Yuaning realm and gasped in astonishment. The system then announced, check-in at Wind Thunder sect has been completed. Congratulations, host, you have received the Human King seal and the Great Void technique. Yi Junlin was quite satisfied with the system's skill and gave a thumbs up. Chen Yunhai found it hard to believe, is this person really a Yuaning cultivator? How could the Wind Thunder sect offend someone like this? But why does this name sound so familiar? He anxiously spoke up again, Daoist friend, may I ask why you have come to our Wind Thunder sect? Yi Junlin coldly replied, what are you pretending to be unaware of? Haven't you clearly heard my name? Master of Misty Peak, Xian Tian sect, Yi Junlin. You all conspired with the Demon King to invade the territory of my Xian Tian sect, a crime against heaven. Today, your Wind Thunder sect no longer needs to exist. Chen Yunhai was shocked to find he was facing an acquaintance. Yi Junlin. So it's you. Weren't you ambushed and lost all your cultivation? How could you possibly have become a Yuaning realm cultivator? He was secretly astonished. Moreover, his appearance here means that the Qingping Demon King has been killed. The damned Xian Tian sect has hidden themselves well. In light of the situation, he turned to look at Mu Old Man, asking him about the current circumstances. Chen Yunhai was secretly pleased. It's fortunate that Mu Old Man is here. Even if it's nascent soul stage, it would still be like throwing an egg against a rock. The old man Mu was furious at that moment, his eyes filled with evil energy, growling, you little brat. Kneel down now, chop off your 2 hands, and I will spare your dog life. While I have not changed my mind yet. Yi Junlin, upon hearing this, twirled his ears, showing blatant disdain. This old man. Does he think he is something worthy of me giving him face? Hearing this, the old man was immediately enraged, his entire body releasing a powerful aura that enveloped the surroundings with his might. The disciples of the Wind Thunder sect were panicked. Divine Transformation Realm. The pressure is truly terrifying. Chen Yunhai laughed loudly. With an expert at the strong Divine Transformation Realm here, that Yi Junlin from the Xian Tian sect is definitely dead. He smugly pointed at Yi Junlin's face. Yi Junlin, although I failed to take your life years ago, today you won't escape. After you're dead, the Xian Tian sect will have no support, and at that time, won't it be easy for me to take control? Hurry up and kneel down to beg old man Mu for mercy. Who knows, you might still keep your whole body intact. Yi Junlin also wore a sinister smile. The gaze shimmered with longing. Divinity, huh? Very well. At the same time, Yinlan and the others had arrived at the spiritual mine of the Xian Tian sect. Everywhere, the corpses of the Wind Thunder sect lay scattered, littering the ground. Yunlan was astonished. What? The elder of the Immortal sect is at the Wind Thunder sect. The last surviving member of the Wind Thunder sect sneered contemptuously. He looked up at Yunlan, laughed loudly, and said, do you think that without the protection of the Immortal sect, we would dare to boldly invade your Xian Tian sect alongside those evil monsters? The elder came to our Wind Thunder sect this time because the young sect master joined the Immortal sect in Qing province years ago. Due to his remarkable talent and successful cultivation, he is highly valued by the Immortal sect. On the brink of death, this person still spoke defiantly. Although I don't know how you dealt with those evil monsters, I advise you to stop. Perhaps in the future, you can survive and then serve us as cattle and horses for the Wind Thunder sect. Seeing him chatter on, Yunlan swiftly killed him with a single strike and urged everyone to quickly head to the Wind Thunder sect to rescue Yi Master Peak. Su Qian Shui speculated, perhaps Yi Master Peak has the ability to deal with the Immortal sect. But immediately, Zhao Dezhu shook his head and replied, it's impossible, because the elder Immortal sect is at least a Divine Transformation Realm cultivator. In front of him, a Yuaning is nothing more than an egg against a rock. Even if it costs me my life, I must plead with the Immortal sect to spare Yi Master Peak. He is our only hope in the Xian Tian sect. At the same time, in the Grand Hall of the Wind Thunder sect, Yi Junlin looked at them with a sinister smile. Chen Yunhai spoke up, about to die and still able to laugh. The people around also chimed in mocking. This little guy must be so scared by the Divine Transformation Realm of Mu Old Man that he's completely dumb. With his strength, he probably isn't even worthy enough to carry Mu Old Man's shoes. Mu Old Man's face turned dark, saying, a little town cultivator from Wasteland Province like you dares to be insolent in front of me. Your Xian Tian sect is nothing but a nest of ants. In the eyes of the Immortal sect, it's just dust that can be wiped away at any time. And you are nothing more than a blade of grass, not worth mentioning. He clenched his fist, angrily saying, since you have angered me, even if you kneel and apologize like a dog, I will still wipe out your entire Xian sect. Yi Junlin laughed cheerfully, calmly looked at the old man and taunted, come on, kill me quickly, stop talking so much. Yi Junlin was excited, warming up his fingers, contemptuously looking at the Mu old man. What the hell is divine transformation realm? If you have the ability, let's do it one-on-one, whoever runs away will be the dog. The old man was provoked and immediately attacked, swinging a massive hand, suppressing it toward him. Feeling the powerful aura of the Mu old man, Chen Yunhai couldn't help but feel pleased. Yi Junlin, the Xian sect will still be a pawn in our Wind Thunder sect's game. At this moment, a ting sound from the system echoed, host detected to be attacked by an enemy in the late stage of divine transformation realm. Activating passive effect, the stronger the opponent, the stronger the host becomes. Gaining cultivation at the peak of divine transformation realm. A flash of lightning sparked in his eyes, and a more powerful force erupted from Yi Junlin. Yi Junlin sneered, is this all there is to divine transformation realm? He waved his hand, easily swatting away the old man's hand. The Mu old man was shocked, his eyes filled with astonishment looking at Yi Junlin. Why are you at divine transformation realm? Witnessing this scene, Chen Yunhai couldn't help but feel excited. Why is this happening? It's just a small Xian sect, yet it has a strong divinity stage guarding it. The Xian sect is truly despicable, and they managed to hide such a move. How can a poor region like Wasteland Province have someone who cultivated to divinity? Furthermore, it's the peak of the divine transformation realm. The people from the Wind Thunder sect are trembling, their faces devoid of blood. In Wasteland Province, Yuaning can become a founding ancestor, helping a sect to exist steadily for 1,000 years without change, but a divine transformation realm has never appeared. Moreover, this little guy is so young yet has achieved the realm of divinity. How can that be? Chen Yunhai was terrified, sweating coldly, seeking help from the Mu old man. What should we do now? You must save the Wind Thunder sect. The Mu old man tried to remain calm, reassuring. What is there to panic about? Don't forget I come from the Qing province, Immortal sect. The methods of immortals that I possess, he cannot even imagine. Yi Junlin, upon hearing this, raised a friendly finger in front of the old man, not forgetting to mock. Old man, do you really think your skill is higher than mine? The Mu old man shouted angrily. Absurd. The skills of small sects like yours are worlds apart from those of our Immortal sect. Saying this, the old man made a seal and unleashed his inexperienced, divine transformation realm power, declaring, let me broaden your horizons and show you the magical talent at the peak level of Earth grade. With a single move of Tai Yi's pure wood palm, countless gigantic hands surged toward Yi Junlin. The surrounding crowd was astonished, their eyes nearly popping out. Indeed, it was the Immortal sect. Upon making a move, they were already using Earth grade skills. Skills are divided into levels such as Mortal grade, Spirit grade, Profound grade, Earth grade, Heaven grade, and Sovereign grade. In Wasteland Province, a Spirit grade skill can already be a treasured item of a sect. Just how great is the gap? The old man, full of pride, said, little guy, to die at the hands of an old man like me is a privilege for a practitioner from a lowly sect like yours. At this moment, Yi Junlin raised his hand to form a seal, snorted, is this just a trick, and you dare to show off in front of me? Yi Junlin shouted, Human King Seal. The old man's hand not only failed to touch him but was also blasted away by his spell. Right after that, a tall figure appeared behind him, resembling an invincible war god, with terrifying power that made anyone who looked at it feel fear. The whole group fell into a crisis. What is this? What level of skill is this? Heaven grade? Sovereign grade? No, it can't be. Yi Junlin raised his hand, unleashing a seal that shook heaven and earth. Not stopping there, Yi Junlin also issued a command that suppressed Mu old man. At that moment, under Yi Junlin's pressure, the old man was no different from an ant fighting an elephant. He was so horrified that he couldn't keep his mouth shut and shouted loudly. He tried to resist this terrifying power, but it all proved futile. Knowing he was no match for Yi Junlin, Mu old man immediately shouted, wait, stop. For the sake of the immortal sect, please spare me, senior. But in response, Yi Junlin coldly said, what the hell is the immortal sect? The young man repeated his exclusive phrase, if you do not offend me, I will not offend you. If you offend me, I will certainly dig up the 18 generations of your ancestors and smash them. Anyone who dares to come will face utter destruction. The old man Mu raised his voice in a threatening manner, if I die here, your sect will face the catastrophe of destruction. If you are the instigator, you will meet a terribly tragic end. In the face of this threat, Yi Junlin showed no fear and became even more spirited. You're about to die and still dare to threaten me. Die. He swung his hand again. With a heartbreaking scream, the old man Mu was instantly crushed to ashes. At that moment, the entire Wind Thunder sect was filled with fear. Chen Yunhai, frightened, knelt down before him, Ye God Commander, it's all a misunderstanding. Our Wind Thunder sect is willing to submit and serve you as cattle and horses. Immediately, all the disciples of the Wind Thunder sect also knelt before Yi Junlin, eager to follow him. But they were not worthy of being his dogs. Chen Yunhai, heavily insulted, was furious and gritted his teeth. God Commander, my son, Chen Shao, is now the son of the immortal and has been accepted as a direct disciple by the esteemed immortal sect. Can you really afford to offend us? Don't harm yourself. Yi Junlin had a sinister expression. Oh, the son of the immortal, is it? He stepped closer to the man and said, just come and attack, don't mess with words with me. This time, it was the Wind Thunder sect that invaded the Xian Tian sect first. I have already said, today you cannot survive. What I say, I can do. At this moment, the white figure appeared again in the sky, carrying an overwhelming aura, descending upon the Wind Thunder sect. A powerful surge of energy erupted, a terrifying force and immense power rolled out in all directions, flattening the Wind Thunder sect. In the air, a piercing scream echoed, the humiliation must be washed away with blood today. My son will definitely repay it 1,000-fold, 10,000-fold. The entire Wind Thunder sect was engulfed in flames, and that box also fell to the ground. Yi Junlin was eagerly looking forward to the immortal child of Chen Yunhai. At this moment, several figures appeared in the sky. Yi Junlin looked up, curious, could it be Yunlan? At this moment, Yunlan, Su Qianshui, and Zhao Dezhu anxiously flew down to where he was, happily saying, great, Yi Junior brother, you are still here. Yi Junlin, with a calm expression, looked at everyone and said, if I weren't here, where would I be? Didn't I say I would come to wipe out the Wind Thunder sect? Yunlan was worried, holding on to his hand. He hurriedly pulled him to run away, saying, consider yourself lucky. I heard the elder of the immortal sect has arrived, and it might be a coincidence that he is not here, allowing you to escape a disaster. We still have time to go now. Yi Junlin heard this and waved to everyone, the elder I just killed. Yunlan couldn't believe it and said, you managed to defeat an elder of the immortal sect? Isn't he a cultivator of the divine transformation realm? Su Qianshui couldn't hide her joy. I told you, Yi Master Peak's strength is extraordinary, and he can handle things by himself. Yunlan was still in shock from the shocking information, repeatedly saying, this? How can this be? Can Yi Junior brother really defeat a divine transformation realm? Yi Junlin smiled, patted his shoulder, and said, actually, I am also in the divine transformation realm. No more talking, let's quickly sweep through the Wind Thunder sect and replenish our resources. Yunlan muttered to himself, so Yi Junior brother is also in the divine transformation realm, it's truly hard to believe. At this moment, Zhao Dezhu picked up a box from the ground and happily told everyone that he had just discovered a transformation elixir. Yi Junlin said that he would turn this alchemical pill into a treasure for the master to use, which would help him break through soon, and the Xian Tian sect would become even more powerful. Yunlan happily agreed and thanked him. At that moment, the system announced, a suitable candidate for a disciple has been detected within a radius of 100 miles. It is suspected to be the leader of the demon sect, at the true immortal level. Does the host want to recruit them as a disciple? Completing this will grant an unimaginable reward. Hearing this, he was extremely excited, this is great. There's a new mission, and he can recruit a disciple. The other party is the leader of the demon sect at the true immortal level. If he plays his cards right, he could directly become an immortal. At that time, both Wasteland Province and even Qing Province would be invincible. Yun Lan watched Yi Junlin's back. Su Qian Shui looked saddened. Although they were able to defeat the Wind Thunder sect thanks to Master Yi, they had offended the Immortal sect. She was worried about whether the entire eastern region and the Xian Tian sect would still have a place to stand. Yun Lan sighed and said, "That's right, the Immortal sect is incredibly powerful, not a sect that the Xian Tian sect can confront." Yun Lan went to call Yi Junlin. Yun Lan spoke up and advised, "You have extraordinary talent, you absolutely cannot let your potential be buried here. It's better to leave the eastern region. When the Immortal sect comes to seek vengeance, we can just die together. As long as you are alive, the Xian Tian sect still has a chance to continue." Zhao Dezhu also agreed, "Master is absolutely right." Su Qian Shui echoed, "That's right, Yi Master Peak is a remarkably talented person, it would be a real pity if he were to die here." The disciples of the Xian Tian sect all shouted in unison, "Exactly, Yi Master Peak will surely carry our hopes and open up a new world, letting the reputation of the Xian Tian sect resound across the four directions once again. We will stand firm here, even in the final moments, we will absolutely not retreat. Yi Master Peak, you can rest assured and showcase your talents." Yi Junlin was somewhat stunned, as they were not afraid of the strong and were pushing him to the forefront to save themselves. He looked at his sect united together and felt happy inside, a slight smile appearing on his lips. Yi Junlin expressed his gratitude to everyone and reassured them, "Don't worry. Once we dare to take action, we will certainly think about the consequences." Yi Junlin advised that any subsequent matters could be entrusted to him. After saying that, Yi Junlin placed his hand on Yunlan's shoulder, laughed heartily, and said, "This place is now entrusted to the master, just clean it up slowly, I have some important matters to attend to first." As soon as he turned around, Yi Junlin dashed away and vanished into the world. Yunlan looked on helplessly. The young man would always kill and then leave without a trace. Switching to a new scene in the bamboo forest, from the void, a figure dressed in red was darting through the bamboo grove. This person was Hong Qianyi. At this moment, he was struggling to escape. A cunning laugh echoed from behind, "Beautiful lady, don't run, let this Taoist have some fun." Hearing this, Hong Qianyi became furious, turned around and shouted, "Get lost, I've told you so many times, I am a man, a man." An old man chased after him, looking at him with a greedy expression, "Such a beautiful young woman, how could you be a man? Don't deceive me anymore." Hong Qianyi felt helpless and tried to run as fast as he could, his heart filled with sorrow and resentment. Indeed, a tiger that falls into the plains is bullied by dogs. He was once the leader of the Baihua demon sect, a figure who shook the central region. The Baihua demon sect was established from the true immortal realm, possessing a powerful force that dominated 100,000 countries with billions of devoted followers. He was in anguish, unable to restrain himself as tears fell. He never expected that his enemies had allied with many Holy Land forces, launching a large-scale siege against his Baihua demon sect, forcing him to desperately expend all his energy to fight his way out. Having tried to hide in this desolate land, he did not expect to find himself in such a tragic circumstance. The old man, with a gaze full of desire, shot needles at him, saying, "Beauty, why don't you hurry up and run? Otherwise, I'll soon catch you." Seeing this, Hong Qianye's eyes filled with evil energy as he directed his protective weapon towards the old man to block it. But as soon as the two sides collided, Hong Qianyi was thrown backward. He fell heavily into the bamboo forest. Hong Qianyi struggled to get up from the bamboo forest, coughing a few times. The old man was somewhat surprised, seeing that he was only at the foundation establishment level but could resist his golden elixir stage attacks. The old man suddenly broke out in a sweat. With such strength, could he really be the genius of a major sect? At that moment, the old man stopped his wandering thoughts and shot out nails towards Hong Qianyi. The nails pierced the ground. Immediately after, a terrifying aura emanated from the nails surrounding Hong Qianyi, restraining him. The old man laughed with delight and charged in, "He, beauty of the Empress, it's time to end this. Hurry up and raise your hands to surrender." Hong Qianyi was furious, "Damn old dog." The old man lifted his chin, leering at him, "Pretty girl, don't resist anymore. My patience has its limits. Be good, endure a little longer." Hong Qianyi was seething. Unable to take it anymore, he pulled up his shirt, revealing his toned abs, and shouted, "You old ancestor, open your dog eyes wide and see clearly, I'm a man." The bamboo forest suddenly fell eerily silent. The old man, looking incredulous, nearly had his eyes pop out. "Are you really a man? Then did I waste my effort chasing you?" Hong Qianyi helplessly pulled his shirt down and said, "You see clearly now, I'm a man just like you, stop following me." But the old man said, "Wait a moment." The old man's mind was also not normal. He slowly walked towards the young man, not letting go of the women or the men. Actually, men are not to be underestimated. Seeing this, Hong Qianyi was furious. He clasped his hands and formed a seal, his entire body emanating a powerful aura, cursing at the old man, "Get lost, you despicable one," not even sparing the men. "Even if I have to burn my inner Dan, I will not yield." Suddenly, fierce flames erupted around him. The old man changed color, having never seen someone at Foundation establishment create such a formidable presence. The young man roared, "You bastard, you have completely angered me, go die." With that, Hong Qianyi, fueled by his anger, unleashed flames towards the old man. The old man felt the terrifying power, his face turning pale. In an instant, the great fire surged, engulfing him. He was in pain, spitting out a mouthful of fresh blood, screaming in agony. At this moment, Hong Qianyi, exhausted, collapsed onto the ground. "Humph, this is what you brought upon yourself." He lamented painfully at the situation. Truly unfortunate. Inner Dan was about to break, he needed to quickly find a place to regain his strength before continuing. Suddenly, from afar, the voice of someone echoed, "He, the demon's death is not unjust. You truly have an extraordinary background." This made him start and turn back to look. Hong Qianyi stood up in confusion, glanced around, and shouted loudly, "Who is it?" At that moment, footsteps could be heard approaching from the bamboo forest. A moment later, an old man holding a staff slowly stepped out and spoke, "Little friend, don't think too much, I just happened to pass by, and I am not an accomplice of that demon. Moreover, I have a normal sexual orientation, so you can rest assured." Upon hearing this, Hong Qianyi clasped his hands and replied, "That's good. If that's the case, then if we are fated to meet again, I shall take my leave." But at that moment, the old man suddenly rushed in front of him. The old man then revealed a sinister expression along with a strange smile, "But compared to others, I find myself even more interested in the secrets you hold. Let me see what is in your mind that possesses such powerful magical talent." As soon as he finished speaking, the old man waved his hand in front of Hong Qianyi. The pressure from the old man forced Hong Qianyi to kneel to the ground. His entire body could not move, and his inner self screamed in helplessness, "Is my path of cultivation really going to end here? I refuse to accept it, I truly refuse to accept it." At that moment, the surrounding bamboo leaves trembled lightly. Suddenly, a vague figure appeared from above, radiating strong pressure. The old man felt the power of the divine realm and turned pale, panicking, looking back, "Damn it, could there be some mistake? How could a small area like Wasteland Province have a great power of divinity?" Yi Junlin appeared before the two, his gaze as sharp as a blade, fixated on the old man. The old man, seeing this, was terrified and stammered, esteemed senior, please spare me. He is yours, I will leave immediately." Yi Junlin coldly replied, "A petty person like you does not deserve to live." With that, he raised his hand and shot a beam of light towards the old man. The beam pierced straight through the old man's body, causing him to scream in pain. Hong Qianyi could not believe his eyes. "I lost a golden elixir, and now a divinity has come. Is it true that I cannot escape this calamity today?" Yi Junlin stepped forward to look at Hong Qianyi, muttering, "System, come on, tell me, is this the leader of the demon sect or a true immortal level? Isn't this just a weak Foundation establishment?" Are you trying to trick me? Ting. The system promptly clarified. This system is not lying to you. This person was indeed the leader of the demon sect in the true immortal realm, it's just that their cultivation has diminished. Ting, the killing intent has been activated for the host. Information about Hong Qianyi appeared before him. Male, top-tier talent with fire attribute spiritual roots, previously the leader of Baihua demon sect, a cultivator who saved lives and became an immortal in the true immortal realm, cultivation realm at beginner foundation establishment. Yi Junlin couldn't believe his eyes. This handsome face belongs to a man. Yi Junlin walked around admiring him. From his smooth white skin to his delicate features, the long flowing hair made countless girls who looked at him feel ashamed for not measuring up, to the point of causing gender confusion. Hong Qianyi felt suspicious. Why does this guy look at me like that? Could it be that he likes men too? Yi Junlin stroked his chin, deep in thought. Although it was just foundation establishment, with his talent and previous experience, returning to his peak would surely be easier. Accepting you as my disciple would definitely not be a loss, he thought, then extended his hand towards Hong Qianyi. I see that your appearance is unusual, you are a rare talent in cultivating immortals. From today onwards, I have decided to take you as my disciple. What do you think? Hong Qianyi was taken aback upon hearing him say he wanted to take him as a disciple, and couldn't help but wonder, could it be that he has seen through the secrets within me and wishes to continue exploring? Indeed, whether it is a magic weapon or an opportunity, it is not the kind of divinity that can be imagined in the wild. Hong Qianyi's face darkened, revealing a look of disdain in his heart, and he scoffed, with such cultivation, I wasn't even allowed into the outside sect of Baihua demon sect before, let alone wanting to take you as my master. Yi Junlin only needed to look at Hong Qianyi's expression to find the answer in his heart. It seems that you are unwilling to be my disciple. Yi Junlin's cold gaze directed at him made Hong Qianyi startle. For someone who was once the leader of the Baihua demon sect like him, Yi Junlin was not worthy of being a senior brother or junior brother, let alone a master. Although his current cultivation was not strong enough to resist, he tried to calm himself. As long as the Green Mountains remain, what is there to fear about not having wood to burn? Once he recovered his cultivation, he would be able to turn the tables and become the master. His body was now heavily injured. Reluctantly, Hong Qianyi had no choice but to kneel, clasping his hands humbly and saying, Disciple Hong Qianyi pays respects to the master. Being able to become a disciple of the master is the greatest honor in this disciple's life. However, he was just pretending to go through the motions to deceive. He bowed his head, gritting his teeth in anger, feeling deeply wronged. There will come a time when I will definitely reclaim this humiliation. Seeing him bow in submission, Yi Junlin was satisfied. Good disciple, quickly stand up. From now on, I will call you Xiao Hong. Hearing the nickname he had given himself, Hong Qianyi felt a little uncomfortable. Xiao Hong. He was now so angry that he was shaking, but he still stubbornly accepted, all right, master. Sensing the full resentment in his tone, Yi Junlin chuckled to himself. The fake expression of this little guy is so obvious, but it doesn't matter. After all, when I encounter a strong opponent, I will be stronger. What is there to fear about you betraying me? At that moment, the system chimed again. Congratulations host for completing the disciple task. Reward, magical talent skill, automatic cultivation method. Seeing this, Yi Junlin couldn't hide his joy. If automatic cultivation is possible, just lying flat will make me stronger like this. Congratulations host on receiving the celestial orb. It contains 108 restrictions that will gradually be unlocked as the host's realm increases. For now, the spiritual energy is of the 3rd grade. Yi Junlin recalled from the memories of this host's home that the magical talent skills had a cultivation process in the following order: Accede Sect, Minor Achievement, Major Achievement, Perfection, and Transformation Realm. Each stage would create power and effectiveness that could reach tenfold, even 100 times more. The system announced, Heavenly Burial, the sky can also bury, the earth can also bury, all things can be buried. It can be used to refine any living being, even to the later stage, it can bury all things in the celestial realm. Ting, discovering the talent of the host's disciple, the system offers free upgrade services. Ting, the reward is the fire system skill 3000 flame scripture. Ting, the reward is a fire elemental elixir used to repair fire system spiritual roots, recreating the supreme foundation. Ting, the mission reward this time has concluded, may I ask if the host is satisfied? Yi Junlin slightly smirked, thinking, this magic weapon praised by the system even dares to say it is strong enough to bury the heavenly Tao. I start to anticipate how astonishing this heavenly burial will become once my realm increases. At this point, he felt incredibly excited. If I can obtain such a reward, the system's attitude towards those who cross over will surely become special. Then he felt a bit curious. Hong Qianyi, how proud would one be to possess such an innate talent? One person is happy, while the other is on the verge of exploding with anger. Hong Qianyi clenches his fists, telling himself, if I don't seek revenge, I'm not worthy of being a dog. Seeing Hong Qianyi's sullen expression, Yi Junlin feels annoyed. Xiao Hong, you can't always be so gloomy and angry. Do you think I'm not worthy of being your master? The young man, caught off guard by the remark, quickly replies, Master, you misunderstood. Regardless of the situation, I usually have this expression. Despite saying that, he still looks down on Yi Junlin in his heart. Just a small divinity, yet he pretends to teach me how to be human. At this moment, Yi Junlin pulls out a skill book. He gently raises his hand, infusing the book with a flame, and presents it in front of the young man. It seems that if I don't show you some tricks, you won't respect me. This skill book is a gift for becoming your master, you'll find it very useful. Hong Qianyi bows in gratitude on the outside, but inwardly he can't help but feel disdain. Haha, let's see what kind of trash skills you, a divinity from a savage land, can use to fool me. With that, he accepts the skill book. Both eyes simultaneously shut. 3000 flame scripture. Humph, such a trash technique daring to claim such a boastful name. After that, Hong Qianyi also began to comprehend the 3000 flame scripture skill. However, just as he finished his comprehension, he was shocked and opened his eyes wide. This is impossible. The chaotic raging fire that helped me attain enlightenment to become an immortal was originally the highest fire system skill in the central region, but compared to the 3000 flame scripture, I previously considered it useless, yet it completely shattered my understanding of fire system skills. It is absolutely of immortal grade, and even at the legendary saint grade level. In the Cultivating Immortals world, all skills are divided into levels: mortal grade, spirit grade, profound grade, earth grade, heaven grade, sovereign grade, immortal grade, and saint grade. Hong Qianyi couldn't believe his eyes. With the help of this skill, his strength would quickly surpass imagination. Returning to true immortality could not possibly satisfy me. Seeing his astonished expression, Yi Junlin smirked and remarked, from your appearance, you seem satisfied with the skill that my true self has bestowed upon you, right? Hong Qianyi held the skill book in his hands, turned his head and smiled at him, replying, thank you very much for the master's skill. I have gained significant benefits. Though he said this, the young man still harbored a dismissive attitude towards him. Humph, I wonder how lucky this guy must be to have encountered such an opportunity in this desolate place. At that moment, Yi Junlin took out a pill and generously said, since you have comprehended the skill, I will give you a fire pill to further assist you. Hong Qianyi was extremely excited to see this. This is a fire essence pill. Seeing him give away such precious items as if they were nothing, Hong Qianyi could hardly believe his eyes. For those cultivators specializing in fire skills, the fire essence pill was simply a type of immortal pill bestowed by the heavens. Its effects were immensely powerful and so precious that even immortals would fight over it. Hong Qianyi accepted Yi Junlin's kindness, feeling overwhelmed with confusion. A small divinity like me can obtain two such things. Even in my prime, I did not possess such capability. Yi Junlin noticed Hong Qianyi's expression and asked, Xiao Hong, do you really have doubts about the gifts that the master has given you? Hong Qianyi's attitude immediately changed, and he clasped his hands in response, Master, there is absolutely no such thing. Meeting the master and becoming his disciple is indeed the greatest fortune of my life. That said, he was secretly thinking that Yi Junlin did not realize how rare these skills and pills were, that he had merely stumbled upon them from some ancient ruins. Yi Junlin sighed helplessly, unable to understand what was going on in the mind of this demon sect leader, whose expression kept changing, making him feel rather amused. Yi Junlin then told him to use this pill, and he would personally help the protector. Upon hearing this, Hong Qianyi looked grateful. "All right, thank you, master." Saying this, he also put the fire essence pill into his mouth. Hong Qianyi closed his eyes, breathed deeply, and began to sit cross-legged in meditation. With his hands forming seals, and with the support of Yi Junlin, in an instant, a large flame emanated from his whole body. Seeing this, Yi Junlin quietly thought, early stage of foundation establishment, mid-stage, late stage, peak, perfection. Golden elixir, early stage Yuaning. This name truly belongs to the true immortal. In just half an hour, he broke through from foundation establishment to Yuaning. Not bad at all, indeed a good seed. At this moment, Hong Qianye's body also underwent a transformation. He shouted loudly, his whole body radiating a terrifying aura, successfully breaking through the realm. At this point, Hong Qianyi told himself that no matter what, he would return to the central region and avenge the humiliation he had suffered before. A moment later, after the dust settled, Hong Qianyi coughed a few times. "I disturbed the master just now, it was the disciple's disrespect." Yi Junlin spoke up first. "It's okay, follow the master back to the sect, I'll conveniently introduce you to uncle." At the same time, outside the great hall of Xian Tian sect, upon hearing that Yi Junlin was about to return, the disciples in the sect eagerly rushed out, waiting in anticipation. "Yi Master Peak is so impressive, he killed Yuaning with just one finger and saved Xian Tian's sect from destruction multiple times. It's truly regrettable that years ago I was blind and missed the opportunity to pay my respects to Misty Peak. If not, I would have already become a disciple of Misty by now. With the strength of Yi Master Peak, his standards for recruiting disciples must be very high. I truly don't know who he will take a liking to." After a while, Yi Junlin has returned here. As soon as he appeared, countless gazes were fixed on Yi Junlin. One disciple shouted, "Look everyone, Yi Master Peak is back." A few people were surprised to see Hong Qianyi returning with him. "Oh, who is that woman behind him? She's really beautiful," someone exclaimed excitedly. "Damn! Where did this woman come from? How can she be so close to Yi Master Peak?" Many disciples couldn't take their eyes off Hong Qianyi. Hong Qianyi smiled slightly, but inside he was filled with disdain. This cultivating immortals sect is really too mediocre. The cultivation of these people is so low that they don't even deserve to carry the shoes of our demon sect. From the great hall, Yunlan rushed out, unable to hide her surprise. "Yi Junior brother. You've come back this time too." At this moment, Yi Junlin placed his hand on Hong Qianye's shoulder and introduced him to everyone. "This is the disciple I found along the way. Xiao Hong, quickly come and pay respects to master." Yunlan was stunned into silence when she heard the words, disciple. Su Qianshui looked at the exquisite beauty of Hong Qianyi and couldn't help but move closer. Which Yi master at the peak managed to recruit such a beautiful girl as a disciple? Hong Qianye's gaze was cold as he pointed at Qianshui and shouted, "I am a man." The aura emanating from him sent chills down Qianshui's spine, making her gasp, "Yuan. Yuaning." Seeing Hong Qianye's aggressive attitude, Yi Junlin couldn't stand it and gave him a slap to the back of the head, yelling, "Xiao Hong, stop being rude. This is my senior sister, apologize now." Hong Qianyi, realizing this, suppressed his anger and folded his hands to apologize. He tried to contain his displeasure, thinking, just endure a little longer, when I reach divinity, I will take revenge for this humiliation. Yi Junlin smiled and continued, "Children are easy to teach. Now that the introductions are over, I'll take Xiao Hong back to Misty Peak to settle down a bit." Qian Shui nodded in agreement, "All right, you two go ahead." With that, he led Hong Qianyi away. Watching their figures disappear in the distance, Yunlan couldn't hide her curiosity. "Yi Master Peak, where did you find a disciple at the nascent soul stage? Truly profound and unpredictable. Qian Shui had to sigh. In less than a short day, Yi Junior brother has already brought us so many unbelievable things. At this moment, at Xian Tian sect, Misty Peak, Yi Junlin looked at Hong Qianyi and said that he was the great disciple of Yi Junlin. So, on this peak, feel free to choose, no need to be polite. Hong Qianyi stared at the cultivation cave in front of him for a long time, finally managing to say, "Thank you, master." Looking at the dilapidated and shabby cultivation cave before him, he couldn't think of anything else to say. The living quarters of the disciples of the Baihua demon sect were 100 times more luxurious than this. Hong Qianyi couldn't imagine himself living in a place like this. Yi Junlin smiled and told him, only the weak complain about their circumstances, while the strong learn to adapt quickly. For cultivators, these are external matters. It's a bit dirty, so you can clean it up yourself. Hong Qianyi suppressed the anger in his heart. It's fine, I will endure it. Based on my current cultivation speed, I will soon turn things around. Yi Junlin, just wait. Late at night, at the Qing province immortal sect, inside the main hall, Chen Shao knelt before the giant Sun Venerable One. The giant Sun Venerable One held the token of Mu Old Man in his hand, his expression darkening as he sat upon the throne, staring intently at the token. Below, Chen Shao spoke, "Master, it is all the fault of your disciple. I entrusted Mu Mastero's pill to my father. The death of Mu Old Man has caused me great worry. I have always felt that my father's sect would be implicated, so I wanted to go to the Wasteland province to see for myself." The giant Sun Venerable One said in a deep voice, "Shao Heir, do you know why I took you as my disciple?" Hearing this, he felt a bit tense and replied, "Because I have a solar body, and I have the talent to become an immortal." The giant Sun Venerable One's eyes flashed with a murderous intent. He directly crushed the token engraved with Mu Old Man's name and said, "This is only one reason. The second is that the Master has seen great ambition within you. How could someone as eager to become stronger as you be disturbed by a lack of paternal affection? The day of the disciples' competition is approaching, and you should prepare early. All you need to do is defeat the other core disciples and become the leader, then the sect will increase resources for you. This is the true benefit." Hearing these words, Chen Shao broke out in a cold sweat and stammered, "But..." He was interrupted, and the speaker told him, "There are no buts here. It's just a small wind thunder sect, and I will send someone to the Wasteland province to investigate." He said to him, "Now focus on winning the top position." Upon hearing this, Chen Shao immediately clasped his hands and replied, "Disciple understands and will not fail Master's expectations." The next day, at Misty Peak of the Xian Tian sect, Yi Junlin was leisurely enjoying himself, lying on a chair. At that moment, he looked into the cultivation cave and called out, "Shao Hong, are you done yet? Master can't wait any longer." Hong Qianyi suppressed his anger, brought out a plate of grilled meat and replied, "I'm done, Master. Disciple will bring it to you right now." Inside, he was constantly blaming Yi Junlin for just eating and doing nothing. A cultivator in the divine transformation realm, yet he craved such food. Just yesterday, he had preached to him about not complaining about circumstances, but today he was enjoying himself like this, which made him a bit unhappy. Yi Junlin picked up the skewered meat and savored it. This meat, this tenderness, is truly amazing. He couldn't help but be self-indulgent. The special seasoning crafted for this skewer by system is just superb. He kindly invited Hong Qianyi, "Shao Hong, you should try a skewer too, don't be modest." But Hong Qianyi showed disdain, his words dripping with sarcasm. "Master, the disciple has completely renounced worldly pleasures and has long lost interest in the food of this world." Yi Junlin chewed angrily, "Don't you have any respect for your master? What's the point of cultivating immortality if it's not like this?" Seeing this, Hong Qianyi felt helpless and reluctantly accepted the skewer of meat from Yi Junlin. After that, he put a piece of the meat in his mouth, inwardly complaining about Yi Junlin being a strange entity in the cultivation world. What's so good about this poor skewer? But when he bit into a piece, an explosion of flavor filled his mouth, making Hong Qianyi's eyes widen. The irresistible taste compelled him to take another bite. Unconsciously, tears streamed down his face. Hong Qianyi had never felt such happiness in his life. Yi Junlin looked at Hong Qianye's exaggerated expression, unable to understand why he was shedding tears. Hong Qianyi was lost in thought. When he was a child, he was always hungry and dreamed of eating a piece of meat. The feeling of happiness when he first tasted meat overwhelmed him with indescribable emotions. Since he embarked on the path of cultivating immortals, Hong Qianyi had only focused on killing and striving for the peak of the martial path, never caring about the sensations of life like this. It wasn't until today that he realized that if cultivating immortals meant giving up even the simplest desires like food, then it held no meaning. Yi Junlin sat nearby and was astonished to see Hong Qianyi radiating a powerful aura, silently thinking, is this a breakthrough? Early stage Yuan Ying, middle stage, late stage, peak, perfection, one thought divinity. Oh my, this guy has only eaten one skewer and can already break through. His talent is too disobedient to heaven. At this moment, his own cultivation also erupted. An aura like a blazing phoenix enveloped the surroundings. Seeing this, Yi Junlin smiled with satisfaction. Xiao Hong, congratulations on your breakthrough in divinity. I am truly happy for you. Your cultivation is almost catching up to my master. At this moment, Hong Qianyi looked at Yi Junlin with a glare full of hatred. Now that his cultivation had broken through, he wanted to end this absurd master-disciple relationship with Yi Junlin right away. After finishing the meal, Yi Junlin leaned back in his chair, closed his eyes in enjoyment, and said, Xiao Hong, I've eaten the meat, and I've advanced. Come here and give your master a shoulder massage. Hearing this, Qianyi turned his head to look at Yi Junlin, his eyes filled with evil energy. Having just advanced in divinity, being ordered around by Yi Junlin made him extremely angry. The more he thought about it, the angrier he became, and Qianyi quietly channeled his power, raising his hand toward Yi Junlin. Just as he was about to eliminate him, a voice suddenly rang out from outside, reporting to Yi Master Peak, startling him. A man rushed in from outside, clasping his hands and saying urgently, Yi Master Peak, the master requests your presence in the main hall, saying there is something important to discuss. Yi Junlin was surprised to hear this. It's only been a day, and he's alive again. Seeing that the assassination attempt had failed, Qianyi was furious, but he still tried to convince himself. Yi Junlin is still vulnerable. There will be many more opportunities to take action later. Sensing that something bad was about to happen, Yi Junlin hurriedly rushed off, telling Qianyi that when he returned, Qianyi should continue to help him massage his feet. Hearing this, Qianyi exploded in anger, yelling, this is infuriating. Do you really see me as a servant? I should have decisively crushed this shameless thing just now. At the same time, at Tian sect, in the meeting hall, everyone's expressions were serious and anxious about the fate of Tian sect. At that moment, Yi Junlin had also arrived. Yunlan spotted him and called out, Yi Junior brother, you're here. Yi Junlin, worried, asked everyone, has the sect set up such a large formation because something has happened? Yunlan, with a grave expression, replied, a few years ago, the Wei Kingdom, which was protected by Tian sect, sent a distress signal to the sect. Strange incidents have been occurring all over the country, with people in various places losing their lives one after another. The deaths are extremely bizarre. All the blood has been drained from the corpses, and this phenomenon is becoming increasingly intense. In Wei Kingdom, there are even many cities with populations of millions that have turned into horrifying scenes of countless dead bodies. According to Yunlan's judgment, he believes that there is a demonic object causing chaos, so he has sent a group of disciples to investigate the situation, but they have all vanished without a trace and not returned. The issue is not resolved, and now another problem has arisen. This morning, the Wei Kingdom reported that the situation is extremely critical. It has now spread to neighboring countries. If this continues to escalate, Wasteland Province could fall into great turmoil. Later, when the Tian sect recruits disciples, the situation will be as if they have fallen off a cliff. Hearing this, Yi Junlin frowned. Is it really that serious? Could it have spread so widely that no one noticed or could do anything about it beforehand? Qian Shui shook her head. Perhaps everyone who saw it has already died. If this continues, then the Xiantian sect may become without successors and gradually decline. Wasteland Province has always been a poor place for cultivators, and Yuaning could control every direction. Moreover, the Wei Kingdom is still outside Wasteland Province. How could there be a problem that the Xiantian sect cannot resolve? Yi Junlin was filled with confusion and received no replies to her inquiries. Is there a more terrifying force behind all this? While they were talking, the system made a ting sound, announcing a new mission: proceed to the Wei Kingdom to address the root cause of the threat. Upon completion of the mission, you will receive unimaginable rewards. Yi Junlin listened with interest and gave a thumbs up. System, you are indeed perceptive. After receiving the new mission from the system, Yi Junlin turned to Yunlan and said, I understand your concerns. According to what you just said, this phenomenon started in the Wei Kingdom a few years ago and is now the most serious place. Therefore, the root cause of the problem must be here, so I will personally go there. Hearing this, Yunlan felt reassured to entrust this important task to Yi Junlin. Without any further delay, Yi Junlin hurriedly dashed off. Before he could give a few more instructions, Yi Junlin rushed away like a whirlwind, leaving Yunlan feeling somewhat helpless. Even Qian Shui had to compare him to a thunderstorm. Watching his figure disappear into the distance, De Zhu showed a hint of worry. Can Yi Master Peak really solve this strange issue? Hearing this, Qian Shui beside him scolded, You blockhead. In this small place called Wasteland Province, what could possibly challenge a divinity? If he can't handle it, then this Wasteland Province is truly beyond saving. Yunlan said sternly to everyone, quickly cultivate, don't think too much about anything else. Don't let Yi Junior Brother's expectations of us go in vain. Everyone answered in unison, understood. In the eastern domain of Wasteland Province, outside the borders of Wei Kingdom, the figures of Yi Junlin and Qianyi were swiftly passing by. Qianyi outwardly wondered, why is Yi Junlin so eager to go to a poor country like Wei Kingdom after returning from the meeting? While he thought this, he was plotting and planned to find an opportunity to deal with Yi Junlin during the journey. After a while, the two arrived at the eastern domain of Wasteland Province, inside Taohua village. Seeing the chaos, Yi Junlin thought of the village being robbed by bandits, so he suggested to Qianyi that they go down to take a look. Qianyi looked on and thought uncomfortably, just a little issue like this, and he has to get involved. Down in Taohua village, the locals were in great distress. The leader of Taohua village knelt before the Black Wind camp, continuously pleading, Heroes, our village is notoriously poor. Normally, we only raise chickens, ducks, and goats. If you want to take them, go ahead, but please don't harm the innocent people in the village. But all he received in response was the strange smile of the arrogant Black Wind camp. The camp lord of Black Wind camp viewed human lives as worthless, showing no sympathy as he straightened his leg and kicked the village leader to the ground. The village leader fell to the ground in pain, blood spitting from his mouth. He laughed joyfully and coldly said, just die obediently, it won't hurt at all. The camp lord's subordinates, each with a fierce face, brandished their swords and rushed forward. One of them shouted loudly, everyone, get back. The camp lord is about to unleash his divine skill. At this moment, the camp lord also unleashed his divine skill towards the villagers, causing everyone to panic. The village was filled with the sounds of screams and pleas from the people. Seeing this scene, Qian Ye's expression changed. This skill was very similar to what the enemy had used when they were surrounded by the major holy lands in the central region that he had encountered. Looking at Qian Ye's expression, Yi Junlin next to him quietly asked if he knew about this skill. But Qian Yi immediately denied knowing it and pretended to say, I just think it's very evil sect. Seeing his monkey-like grimace, Yi Junlin raised his eyebrows and said, little guy, what's with the attitude? However, Qian Yi was also secretly worried, thinking, if this really is an enemy, then coming back from this trip may not be easy. At this moment, the villagers were drained of their life force, their divine souls in turmoil, crying out in agony. Not allowing him to act recklessly any longer, Yi Junlin quickly intervened, placing his hand on his shoulder and telling him to stop. The camp lord was furious at being interrupted, turned around, and yelled loudly, "Damn it, who are you? Daring to ruin my plans, do you want to die?" Yi Junlin said nothing and gently applied force to his arm. Immediately, his arm exploded. The camp lord, now terrified, collapsed and screamed in pain when he saw his arm gone. Yi Junlin calmly said, "Don't be agitated, we can talk properly." His subordinates, witnessing this scene, were frightened and trembled in fear. Camp Lord. The Camp Lord Black Wind was horrified to see him as a divine transformation realm cultivator, and he quickly begged for his life. After inquiring about his background, Yi Junlin learned that he was originally a guard in the palace of the Wei Kingdom. However, because he had seen something he shouldn't have, he was ordered to be executed by the prince. Not wanting to die unjustly, he desperately escaped from the palace. Yi Junlin coldly asked him about what he claimed was not meant to be seen, and about his evil skill cultivation. At this point, he told everything. While in the palace, he often saw the prince mysteriously entering and exiting the back mountain, but he didn't dare to pry further. As for the evil skill, he was taught by a mysterious organization during his escape. However, he was unclear about their origins. Hearing this, Yi Junlin, puzzled, probed him further. "Did they really teach you the evil skill without any reason?" The camp lord whispered, "They only required me to continuously use this skill to devour the blood essence of others in order to enhance my cultivation, and then they would continue to teach me. To protect myself, I had no choice but to comply with this. As for anything else, I don't know anything at all." After hearing this, Yi Junlin speculated, there is a huge organization behind this, and their actions are related to the recent supernatural events. Qian Yi stood to the side, stroking his chin in deep thought, considering, this method of transmission is very similar to that person. Could it be that he is really still alive? But why would he appear in Wasteland Province? At that moment, Yi Junlin spoke up and asked, "Xiao Hong, what do you think?" Upon hearing his question, Qian Yi shook his head, pretending not to know. However, in his heart, he silently thought, if this supernatural incident is indeed caused by him, then Yi Junlin, who is just a divine transformation realm, won't be able to deal with it. This Dewei is the final location for Yi Junlin. Yi Junlin raised his hand and placed it on the camp lord's forehead, saying, "Let me see what you are really hiding." As soon as he touched his forehead, the camp lord felt excruciating pain. In his subconscious, Yi Junlin caught a glimpse of a memory of his. In front of him was a group of mysterious people in black cloaks, with one of them imparting skills to the camp lord Black Wind. As the memory ended, the camp lord suddenly stopped breathing, foaming at the mouth, and collapsed to the ground. Through the memories, Yi Junlin saw important news, so he hurriedly said to Qian Yi, "Let's set out to the Dewei Palace." Qian Yi's gaze was cold, and he lightly snapped his fingers. In an instant, the subordinate group was engulfed in flames, crying out in pain. This scene left the villagers staring in shock, speechless. Seeing everyone's astonishment, he questioned, "Master, did I do something wrong? Are these bandits not worthy of death?" Having dealt with such small fry lightened Qian Ye's heart a bit. "I have been wronged for so long, finally, I can kill someone to relieve my anger." Yi Junlin gave a thumbs up, nodding repeatedly in praise. The villagers cheered, the fairy safeguards the people, acting on heaven's behalf. Taohua village will forever be grateful to the two celestial beings. Transitioning to the Eastern Domain Palace, the Dewei Palace. The Dewei Emperor sat on the throne, his expression grave, saying, "The population of the Wei Kingdom has decreased significantly over the past few years. If this continues, my kingdom will soon be destroyed by Tia Song. I wonder if the immortal master of the Xian Tian sect can help Dewei overcome this difficulty." The ministers below wore very complicated expressions. At that moment, the sounds of a child calling, "Father," could be heard from outside. A little princess ran into the hall, excitedly reporting, "Father, I saw two immortals flying towards us from outside." As soon as the emperor heard this, he immediately stood up joyfully. "What? It must be the immortal master of the Xian Tian sect. My dear ministers, follow me quickly to welcome them." Outside, Yi Junlin and Qian Yi presented a remarkable demeanor, their hair flying in the wind. Seeing the amazed expressions of everyone, Yi Junlin smiled and said, "Xiao Hong, the master's choice of how to appear like this is indeed impressive, isn't it?" Qian Yi crossed his arms, feigning flattery. "The master is wise, I feel the same way." Just after speaking, Qian Yi felt pleased with himself and sneered, "He's sentimental, everyone knows that. Let's see how you plan to gather after learning about Tia Song. By then, don't come begging me to save you." As soon as the emperor saw him, he immediately clasped his hands and sincerely said, "We welcome the immortal master's arrival." Yi Junlin raised his hand and spoke in a loud voice to reassure, "I am Yi Junlin, the master peak of Misty Peak from the Xian Tian sect. I have come here this time to help you deal with the crisis, so there is no need to worry." The emperor, hearing this, was overjoyed. "On behalf of the people of Wei Kingdom, I thank you, celestial being. Do you have any requests or instructions?" Yi Junlin touched down and only asked him to arrange a place for him to rest. The emperor happily replied, "No problem. Please follow me, I will personally take you there." The two followed the steps of Emperor De Wei. At this moment, in a hidden corner, someone was watching Yi Junlin's arrival. He was distressed over the lack of offerings to help the master break through to the divinity peak. But as soon as he saw him, he felt as if he had struck gold. To summarize the situation, the Xian Tian sect had sent a team to find the source of Tia Song. However, the group of cultivators had suddenly disappeared from the world, leaving no trace. Currently, the Wei Kingdom was on the brink of being destroyed by Tia Song. The situation was becoming increasingly uncontrollable, and Yi Junlin had to take on this dangerous mission. At this moment, Hong Qianyi was feeling extremely annoyed with the person lounging on the chair, who was thinking. Just now he was like a dog, and now he was being so careless. How could someone so tired and lazy all day possibly cultivate to divinity? Humph, well, that's good. At this rate, I'll soon be able to surpass him in cultivation. When that time comes, it'll be much more certain to take action. Yi Junlin was leisurely eating grapes while lying on the chair, half closing his eyes while looking at Hong Qianyi inside. Xiao Hong, you only focus on petty calculations. Sooner or later, you'll end up shooting yourself in the foot. He kicked one of his shoes off, thinking that the biggest mistake he made was making me his target. Yi Junlin was lounging there and called out, "Xiao Hong, aren't you curious about how a master cultivates? Quickly go get some water to wash my feet. When I'm comfortable, I can teach you how to cultivate." Hong Qianyi was so angry that he clenched his fists, and his face was already reddened with veins. His teeth were continuously grinding against each other, making a creaking sound. He asked, "What are you saying?" He thought to himself, "It's just a divinity, in this land where dogs eat stones and chickens eat gravel, and it dares to teach me how to cultivate? Many immortals received the celestial techniques I taught back then. If it could really be passed down, I would consider you a master already." Yi Junlin saw that he was still standing there in a daze and urged, "What are you standing there for? Don't you want to make progress anymore? You're still young, and yet you want to retire early." Hong Qianyi turned his head, his face darkened. He felt an immediate urge to rebel. "I am the leader of the Baihua demon sect, and I have to wash your feet? I might as well turn against you right now." At this moment, a voice from outside came in, reporting to the two esteemed immortals, "The Wei Kingdom has encountered another strange phenomenon. I have something to report." Hong Qianyi snapped out of his thoughts and glanced outside the door. Yi Junlin also sat up straight and frowned, asking, "Who is it?" Zhao Heng replied, "I am the eldest prince of the Wei Kingdom, Zhao Heng. The matter is related to the survival of the Wei Kingdom. I still hope that the immortal will grant me an audience." Yi Junlin waved his hand to open the door and said to Zhao Heng, "Come in." "What's so urgent?" Zhao Heng stepped inside, his face even tenser. Yi Junlin looked him up and down, silently evaluating, "Is this the prince who annihilated the bandits? He doesn't seem to match their words. Is it really like this?" Zhao Heng entered, knelt before Yi Junlin, and spoke, "Honored immortal, I have never dared to tell my father about this secret. I suspect that the disturbances in the way come from the back mountain of the palace. A few nights ago, I saw several black bats sneaking into the cave. Furthermore, palace maids and eunuchs have frequently gone missing lately, so I believe there is definitely a connection to them. I have heard of you for a long time and know that you possess extraordinary abilities. Right now, only you can save the people of the Wei Kingdom. I sincerely hope that the immortal will take action and deal with the bats in the back mountain. Yi Junlin stroked his chin, pondering. My divine consciousness did not detect anything strange in the back mountain. How dare this person lie so blatantly? Do they consider others to be foolish? Or perhaps they have someone supporting them, with enough tricks to deal with me. Thinking this, Yi Junlin also said, "Alright, then take me to that cave to investigate." Yi Junlin then thought, "Let me see what kind of medicine you are selling in that gourd." Zhao Heng was overjoyed and immediately went out, gesturing respectfully for Yi Junlin to follow, replying, "Thank you, esteemed immortal, please follow me. With your help, the Song Ray of the Wei Kingdom can surely be eliminated." Watching Yi Junlin leave with Zhao Heng, Hong Qianyi also said, "Forget it, I will settle the score with you later." In the dark corridor, the three of them were on their way to the cave. Just then, the little princess stepped out and unexpectedly saw them, thinking, "That's my brother. His daily behavior is terrible, the emperor has warned him multiple times, but he still refuses to change, and yet he dares to secretly meet with the two immortals from the Xiantian sect. I must quickly report this matter to my father." Upon reaching Back Mountain, Zhao Heng took the lead. After walking for a while, Yi Junlin spoke up and said, "Eldest prince, this place doesn't seem like the home of those bats." Hearing this, Zhao Heng stopped and said, "We have arrived." Yi Junlin, with an inscrutable expression, laughed and said, "Finally, we have arrived. Now, I must see what you are hiding." At this moment, Zhao Heng revealed his true nature, turned around, glared, and laughed heartily, saying, "At first, I didn't think I could trick you, yet unexpectedly, you followed me so willingly. After all, you are too confident in your own abilities, but do you not know that there are always greater beings in the world?" He crushed the piece of jade in his hand and loudly asked, "You think you can stop us just because of you? Don't think that just because you are a master peak of the Xiantian sect, you can really regard yourself as an immortal. Yi Junlin, today this place will be your tomb." His face twisted more and more as he looked up at the flickering shadows above and called out, "Elders, please take action." All the elders immediately set up the 5-layered divine binding formation. Elder Xue Ming of the Yuaning late stage flew above and called out to Master Yi of the Xiantian sect, "You've become quite famous lately. It's just a small master peak but can kill a demon king of the nascent soul stage." The man behind pointed and laughed, "Haha, it's just a pity that in this 5-layered divine binding formation, even those in the divine transformation realm would find it difficult to escape." Zhao Heng crossed his arms, standing below urging, "Ladies and gentlemen, please act quickly. Remember not to be too heavy-handed, it's still best to keep him for the master's use. As for the woman in red, please disable her cultivation." He spoke halfway and licked his lips, revealing his lewdness. This prince wants to enjoy her slowly. Hong Qianyi erupted with evil energy, turned around and glared, angrily asking him, "What did you just say?" Hong Qianyi, enraged, swung his hand and shouted, "I originally did not want to get involved in this matter, but since you couldn't keep your mouth shut and dared to touch my reverse scales." This fiery palm strike from Hong Qianyi directly shattered their formation. Zhao Heng was terrified, his eyes wide, stammering, she, broke it with one strike. He stepped back, continuously saying, "Impossible," the god-binding formation was actually broken. The several elders were also shaken, pushed back by the might of Hong Qianyi, calling out, "Crown Prince. We didn't expect that the master of the Xiantian sect would bring along a disciple from the divine transformation realm. Moreover, her skills seem to be equivalent to immortal grade, otherwise, she wouldn't be able to break our god-binding formation." Zhao Heng frowned, secretly cursing, "You useless old men, I hope you can achieve great merit for the master." Thinking this, he broke into a cold sweat, stammering, Fairy, let's talk slowly. With your cultivation like this, if you follow my master, your potential will be limitless." Hong Qianyi became even angrier upon hearing this, coldly saying, "Dare to try to seduce me? I will make you wish you were dead." Hong Qianyi unleashed a fiery palm strike towards him. Flames engulfed Zhao Heng. He struggled inside, screaming miserably. Yi Junlin squinted at him, sighing. So unfortunate, you really know how to scratch in the right place. Yi Junlin became serious, looked at Hong Qianyi and said, "That's enough, don't kill him, I still have questions for him." Hearing this, Hong Qianyi waved his hand, and the flames on his body were extinguished. Yi Junlin stepped forward and asked him coldly, "Where is your master? Does he have the ability to make a divine transformation realm person submit to him?" Zhao Heng honestly confessed, "My master was once an immortal in the central region. A mere small divinity realm cannot compare. You might as well take this opportunity to submit to my master soon. Otherwise, when my master reveals himself, it will be hard for you to even ask for death." Yi Junlin smiled dismissively, "Submit? How ridiculous. Let me see how long your master can hide. And now, I will kill one of you." After saying this, Yi Junlin sent one of them to the sky and counted, 1. The elders of the Shui Ming sect were frightened and realized, why is he also in the divine transformation realm? How could there be 2 divine transformation realm beings in Wasteland Province? After he finished speaking, Yi Junlin directly sent him off to see the chickens right away and counted, 2. Then came, 3, 4, 5. Yi Junlin pointed at Zhao Heng and said, "There's only you left." Zhao Heng, at that moment, was terrified and said, Wait a minute." But soon after, all they could hear was his desperate scream, "Master, save me." A loud explosion occurred within the forest. Meanwhile, the emperor, along with the little princess and soldiers, was hastily riding towards the cave. Upon seeing the explosion, the little princess pointed and asked, "Father, what is that? The bloodlight is so terrifying." The emperor anxiously urged, "Let's hurry over and see. I hope the immortal is all right." Hong Qianyi stood there in contemplation, looking up and thinking, this aura is really familiar. It must be him. Although he can deal with Yi Junlin, facing him again makes me feel a bit uneasy. Zhao Heng, bruised and battered, sensed the aura and laughed loudly, "Master has finally arrived. Your time to die has come." Shi Tianju stepped out with a powerful aura, glancing at Yi Junlin and his disciple with disdain. Yi Junlin saw him and showed no signs of fear, calmly asking him, "You must be the mastermind behind Tia Song, right? I thought you were a turtle hiding its head, too scared to come out." Shi Tianju, with his red eyes, looked down at Yi Junlin, still wearing that arrogant expression. "A cultivator from Wasteland Province, I admit you have some skills, but you are not qualified to fight with me. On the contrary, it is your old friend behind you who has aroused my interest." Hong Qianyi looked at him with an unhappy expression and succinctly said, "Blood demon, I can't believe you are still alive." Yi Junlin turned his gaze to Hong Qianyi, slightly surprised and frowning to himself. What does Xiao Hong have to do with this guy? Shi Tianju gradually descended, standing alongside Hong Qianyi, reiterating the term, "blood demon." "This title of mine was besieged and killed by the great holy lands of the central region over 200 years ago. After that, no one heard about me again. I can't believe you still remember me." Hong Qianyi showed blatant disdain and laughed, saying, "Those who experienced that peak-level battle, surely, it cannot be forgotten." In his mind, he silently gritted his teeth and said, "This name, Shi Tianju, was the strongest in the true immortal realm back then. By devouring the blood of others to sustain himself, he also transmitted evil skills to many followers. If unchecked, it would surely bring disaster to countless lives." In the end, he retaliated, taking all the energy from his followers to nourish himself. Due to his extremely wicked methods and the rapid rise in his realm, the peak-level forces united to exterminate him. Even the one who sat on the throne of the demonic path was dragged into participation. Unexpectedly, the infamous blood demon was still alive. Now, he had reappeared in the most impoverished place, Wasteland Province, in the eastern domain. If this news reached the central region, it would undoubtedly cause a tremendous shock. Zhao Heng, in a disheveled state, crawled to call Shi Tianju master. "Lord, you finally came. These people want to kill me, you must avenge me." Shi Tianju glanced over, glared at him, and shouted, "You ungrateful brat." With just this glare, he could instantly take Zhao Heng's life. He cried out in pain, collapsing before Hong Qianyi. He looked on with disgust and contempt, saying, "Indeed, the methods of the blood demon are the most wicked of evil sections. Even his own disciple resorts to violence." Shi Tianju approached Hong Qianyi, his face cold, and whispered, "He's just a disciple. I can always find another. But if you want him dead, then I will certainly not spare his life." Shi Tianju looked at him and simply asked, "Do you understand my intentions?" Yi Junlin stood to the side, his eyes sparkling, clapping his hands together, exclaiming, "And there's a big melon to eat. What kind of script is this?" Hong Qianyi stepped back, frowning, looking at him warily, and asked multiple questions. "I witnessed your immortal body being ground to pieces by the 4 great divine weapons, even your blood evaporated completely. So how did you escape?" Shi Tianju laughed heartily and replied, "Those fools who consider themselves right. I had already separated a drop of my life blood before that and concealed it in a hidden place. After I fell, that drop of life blood could help me resurrect. But really, it seems you are just like me, aren't you?" His face was filled with ambition and malice. He spoke, but the implication was clearly a threat to Hong Qianyi. "Right now, I am in a hurry to restore my cultivation, while you are still only at the early stage of the divine transformation realm. It would be better for you to obediently surrender and hand over all your blood to me. Only then can we be together forever." Hong Qianyi stepped back, gritting his teeth, her face darkened as she loathed him and shouted, "You are truly insane. Back in the central region, I refused you many times. Now that I have been reborn, you still do not repent." Hong Qianyi unleashed her anger-fueled power and asked him, "Do you really think that being at the divinity peak means you can defeat me?" Shi Tianju laughed heartily and said, "All right, very good. The more you struggle, the more excited I become. For others, fighting above their realm still holds a glimmer of possibility, but for me, it's merely a pipe dream." Hong Qianyi, equally confident, laughed along and said, "If you don't fight, how will you know?" Saying that, he also used the 5 ultimate divine techniques. When Shi Tianju saw that technique, he furrowed his brows and said, "This is." His expression no longer held any mockery as he unleashed the blood-fierce palm against Hong Qianyi's technique. The 2 techniques clashed, resulting in a considerable explosion. Shi Tianju frowned, carefully examining the person in front of him, thinking to himself, "This can't be possible. This fire inexplicably is so domineering, just in the early stages of divinity, yet capable of breaking my blood-fierce palm. Where did she learn this skill?" Hong Qianyi continued to gather energy for another move and said to him, "That was just the beginning." He then unleashed a frosty flame strike toward Shi Tianju. He gritted his teeth, gathered his strength to counter that technique, and grunted, shouting, "Just a defeated subordinate." Saying that, he also released the soul-devouring blood spear technique. The 2 techniques continued to clash. The frosty flame strike unleashed by Hong Qianyi successfully froze part of his arm. Shi Tianju found it hard to believe and said, "What kind of fire system skill are you practicing? Why is it so demonic?" He flexed his body and immediately crushed the ice fragments that were frozen on his hands, shouting, "Destroy it for me." He displayed a face full of interest and laughed loudly at Hong Qianyi, saying, "No wonder you caught my attention. You really excite me. Did you receive a great opportunity when you left the central region and then take a strong master, right?" Hong Qianyi did not deny that he had accepted a cultivator as his master, but he arrogantly replied, "It has nothing to do with you. With this skill, I can step onto the path of dominance in the central region." With that, he was secretly amazed by his own strength, thinking, "I never expected that with the blessing of the 3000 flame scripture, the blood demon who once dominated the central region is now suppressed by me. But I can't let that blood demon know that this skill was actually taught by a divinity from the wasteland province." Shi Tianju, with evil energy radiating from his eyes, looked at Hong Qianyi and spoke. "If I were to allow you to continue growing, I would be afraid that I couldn't subdue you. So it is a pity that everything ends here. Now I will show you the true power of the immortal demon realm." He said this while controlling his power to scatter. Meanwhile, in the cities of the Wei Kingdom, All the people were screaming in agony as their blood qi was being drained. Help! Someone come save me! I don't want to die. All that blood qi was rushing toward Shi Tianju. He stood there, absorbing it all and laughing triumphantly. This feeling is truly incredible. These people have long since become my food. As long as I have the intention, I can immediately gain cultivation to strengthen myself. Yi Junlin, behind him, also spoke up. Xiao Hong, stop wasting time and deal with him quickly. Hong Qianyi, annoyed upon hearing Yi Junlin's voice, shouted back, you don't need to command me. Hong Qianyi gritted his teeth, bracing herself against the oppressive aura before her, thinking, damn it, how did things turn out like this? I thought Yi Junlin would come to me for help after being unable to withstand the blood demon, and that would be the moment I would intervene. But given the current situation, it seems I might not be able to hold out either. Looking at the towering Shi Tianju with an aura that is suffocating, Hong Qianyi thought, has he broken through to the integration realm? The red moon gradually rose high. The voice of Shi Tianju echoed. Back then, relying on this body of mine, even during the great war between righteous and evil forces, I was never at a disadvantage. Even several old monsters from the Holy Land who teamed up to use the immortal weapon could not eliminate my immortal body completely. Today, my immortal body has now recovered 70%. Once I devour all living beings in the Wasteland province, I believe that when I return to my full strength, even in the central region, there will no longer be any opponents. He raised his hand and pressured Hong Qianyi. I give you a chance, when the time comes, the consequences will be yours to bear. Hong Qianyi looked up in fear, thinking to himself, this guy has actually reached the integration realm. He formed a seal and shouted, this is bad. Then he used the purple flame split heaven technique to create a protective energy around him. Shi Tianju raised his massive hand to crush the protective energy of Hong Qianyi, who was desperately resisting. But the result was as clear as day. Hong Qianyi fought beyond his level against him but could not withstand a single blow and immediately spat blood. He gritted his teeth, determined to take a fatal risk. Fighting against this blood demon at such a level is seeking death. I can only burn my dantian and go all out. Hong Qianyi summoned a divine dragon and shouted. Purple flames break through the fiery dragon's rage. As he launched his attack, Shi Tianju raised his hand to easily block Hong Qianyi's move, laughing and saying, it's useless, stop resisting in vain. Your move is nothing but a tickle against my immortal blood domain. He gathered his hand into a fist and shouted, it's over. Hong Qianyi clenched his fist, furrowing his brows tightly while enveloping his body in the holy flame, thinking, I've used my strongest move against him and it had no effect at all. What should I do now? Shi Tianju delivered a powerful fatal blow, saying, ha ha. Break for me. This thrust directly shattered that layer of defense, causing Hong Qianyi to cough up blood and fly into the air. The group of Emperor De Wei arrived just in time. Upon seeing the scene, he anxiously called out, Supreme Immortal. The little princess, pale with fear, called out, Father. What kind of monster is this? It is terrifying. Emperor De Wei frowned and gritted his teeth, unable to escape the fear and panic as he thought, is this the origin of the song ray that brought disaster to De Wei? Even the Supreme Immortal is no match for him. Must my De Wei perish here? In the thick clouds of dust, the coughing of Hong Qianyi echoed repeatedly. He crawled out from the rubble, his whole body bruised, thinking, is this how my path to becoming an immortal has to end? After so much effort to gain this skill, I refuse to accept it. Do I really have to beg that damned Yi Junlin? Acknowledging that I am inferior to him would be a great humiliation. Moreover, he is only at the peak of divine transformation realm. There is still a significant gap when fighting against integration realm. Could it really be effective to plead with him? Shi Tianju laughed loudly, smugly looking down at Hong Qianyi. We are cultivators pursuing immortality. If you do not wish to live alongside me, then upon your death, join your essence with my body. Let me carry your wishes and complete this long path to immortality. He continued to strike a critical blow towards Hong Qianyi. He looked up with despair, thinking, it's over. At this moment, there was nothing left in his mind, or maybe it was just the instinct for survival, or perhaps he was simply looking for a life-saving straw. At this point, Hong Qianyi was no longer afraid of losing face and shouted, "Master, save me." Shi Tianzhu froze, saying, "Master, you are indeed someone's disciple." Yi Junlin's figure swiftly appeared, his voice barely audible, "Good disciple, you finally thought of your master." In an instant, Yi Junlin stood before Hong Qianyi, exuding a powerful aura. He looked defiantly at Shi Tianzhu and said, "Her master is me." Upon seeing Yi Junlin, Shi Tianzhu was indeed enraged, pointing and mocking Hong Qianyi, "I never expected you to fall to this level. You even took a worthless trash from Wasteland Province who has just reached the divine transformation realm as your teacher. You truly are a disgrace to the demon path." Hong Qianyi could only grit his teeth in anger, unable to refute those words. He thought again, although he hated Yi Junlin, who always wronged him, after all, he was the one who saved his life. Today, standing before Shi Tianzhu, he feared calamity would befall him. Yi Junlin sneered, his arrogant face unmatched, and asked, "Can I understand that you are looking down on me, right?" Shi Tianzhu also disregarded Yi Junlin, saying, "You insignificant pest do not know the heights of heaven and the depths of earth. In my prime, I could have simply spat on you and drowned you." Hong Qianyi was seriously injured, crawling and trembling as he looked up at Yi Junlin, saying, "I'm sorry, disciple didn't know that the master was no match for the blood demon and still sought help. If you still have the ability, then you'd better run." Yi Junlin retorted, "Run? That doesn't exist. Just watch how the master will kill him for you." Upon hearing Yi Junlin boldly declare he would kill him, Shi Tianzhu laughed heartily, as if hearing something he had never heard before. "Kill me? I see you can't even fend off a single move. What do you rely on to demand that the master meets the ancestors?" He waved his hand down forcefully and shouted, "Utterly foolish." Hong Qianyi looked at that large hand about to strike and panically yelled, "Leave me alone, master. Get away from here, quickly." Deep down, he thought, "It's over." Regardless of Hong Qianyi's desperate cries, Yi Junlin remained standing there, arms crossed, as if he was about to enjoy a show. As Yi Junlin had guessed, the system reacted to the strong opponent and announced, "Ting. Detection shows the host is facing an attack from a late-stage integration realm. Currently activating passive effect, stronger opponents make the host even stronger. Receiving cultivation from mid-stage integration realm." After hearing the announcement, Yi Junlin wore a victorious smile on his face. Shi Tianzhu's attack struck directly at Yi Junlin, yet he still stood there, looking at him with a carefree expression. Shi Tianzhu, furious, yelled, "How is this possible? No way. How can a mere divinity?" He suddenly paused and said, "Wait. You are not a divinity. Are you really already at the integration realm?" Hong Qianyi was equally shocked and exclaimed, "What?" He couldn't help but think in disbelief, this guy has really hidden it well. The expression pretends to be a divine monk. It turns out that behind the scenes is actually the great power of the integration realm. No wonder he always annoyed me before. It turns out he relied on the cultivation of the integration realm. I almost fell for his trick. Fortunately, at that moment, I didn't really turn hostile. The little princess up here happily said to her father, "Supreme Immortal seems truly powerful. I want to be like him." Emperor Dewei still sighed, not yet at ease, but the opponent of the Supreme Immortal is the extremely powerful Tia Song, and there is also an immortal body, so it will still be very difficult. Yi Junlin laughed heartily, still with a smug expression, and thought, is this the feeling of breaking through to the integration realm? It seems that with just a wave of my hand, I could destroy heaven and earth. Yi Junlin gradually flew towards that person. Shi Tianzhu slowly recovered and snorted, saying, "Although we are both in the integration realm, the difference between your wild cultivator skills and mine is as great as heaven and earth. I will make you, a country bumpkin, realize this. What is called true strength?" After he finished speaking, he threw a powerful punch. Yi Junlin, not wanting to argue with him, simply replied with a few light words, "You are the one who does not understand what true strength is." He then manifested his huge true body and used the human king seal to strike. This one attack immediately created a large explosion. Shi Tianju took this hit and fell back in pain. He gritted his teeth and glared at Yi Junlin. Yi Junlin laughed heartily, arrogantly saying, "Is this what you call the distance of skill?" He thought again, the human emperor seal, which was cultivated through the suspended system, has already reached the level of major achievement. It's much stronger than the first time I used it. Shi Tianju, infuriated, charged forward and yelled, "So what? You still won't be able to kill my immortal body. The longer you fight, the less likely you'll win against me." Yi Junlin still stood there, thinking, this immortal blood domain is quite interesting. But that's good, just right to try out a new move. He then raised his hand and said, "Then let's see if this move works." He clasped his hands to create a technique, thinking, the proficiency of this magical talent has reached perfection. Just with a single move of the great wild taming heaven finger that he created, he recited, "First finger binds heaven and earth. Second finger shatters mountains and rivers. Third finger exterminates all living beings. Fourth finger breaks the firmament." Each move of the great wild taming heaven finger struck down towards Shi Tianju. He was bewildered and wondered, "Damn it, what the hell is this now?" He also took a stance, formed a technique, and shouted, "I take back my previous words. You have the right to fight a match with me. You and I, no more hiding, let's use one move to determine life and death." He raised his hand and recited, "Blood Hero Selection." He stood there, enduring Yi Junlin's strike. Shi Tianju spat blood, reverting to his original form. His eyes, filled with bloodshot, said, "Who on earth are you?" Seeing Yi Junlin with a terrifying aura before him made him horrified, thinking, why is there such a monster in the small wasteland province? Has it really been so long since I stepped outside that geniuses out there have become this powerful? Hong Qianyi over here also swallowed hard, stood frozen, thinking, too strong. In front of this skill, 3,000 flames is still far behind. No wonder he could be so confident before, it turns out he didn't consider me at all. Yi Junlin also generously introduced his name to Shi Tianju before he returned to the 10 directions of all Buddhas. "I come from the Tian sect, Master Peak Misty Peak, Yi Junlin." Shi Tianju gritted his teeth, unable to believe it, thinking, no way. When I entered Wasteland Province to investigate, the Tian sect didn't even have a master who could reach divinity. He angrily said, "Yi Junlin, I remember you now." He punched the air hard, chanting, "Blood transformation great method." Hong Qianyi anxiously warned, "This is bad. He wants to escape. If he gets away, the consequences will be unimaginable." Shi Tianju gradually transformed into blood qi and laughed loudly, feeling pleased. "Yi Junlin, next time I won't be careless like this." He said this and also turned into blood qi and flew away. Yi Junlin chuckled lightly and said, "Next time, huh?" He raised his hand to grab his head. Shi Tianju finally felt fear and said, No. I'm not ready to end this yet." Yi Junlin's expression remained cold as he said, "Absorbing the blood of mortals, the anger of the gods, disappear from this world for me." After speaking, Yi Junlin clenched his fist, sending him back to the ancestors. The smoke gradually dissipated, and Hong Qianyi, holding his wound, approached and looked at Yi Junlin, thinking, the blood demon once struck fear in the central region, yet it was so easily eliminated by him like this. The father-son duo of Emperor Dewei above rejoiced, saying, "Wonderful. The demon leader has been defeated by the Supreme Immortal. My Dewei has finally been saved. Thank you, Supreme Immortal." Yi Junlin gradually dissipated his power and walked over. He waved his hand and called out, "System, where are my rewards? Be proactive, don't make me remind you. Remember, you are a professional." The system, prompted, responded, "Here you go, here you go. This is the reward for the handsome and elegant host. Congratulations, host, you have received a mysterious bone inscribed with runes, which can grant peak-level innate physique to the user. The predetermined future will become the supreme being. May I ask if the host wants to be bound right now? Yi Junlin immediately said, Supreme Being. Is it that amazing? Hurry up and show me, I can't wait anymore. The system began to bind the Supreme Being with Yi Junlin and announced, after binding the Supreme Bone, the host's combat power will greatly increase. Binding completed, congratulations host. Hong Qianyi looked at Yi Junlin, sweating profusely, his legs shaking, thinking, what the heck is this guy doing? The energy fluctuations from him make me feel tremble. I really don't know what great opportunity he has received. Otherwise, a peerless genius like him couldn't possibly have been born in Wasteland Province. Damn it, I need to reassess his true strength. I must train hard to break through the realm of integration as soon as possible. Only then can I be confident in controlling him. The Emperor and Prince Dewei came down, knelt before Yi Junlin, and said, Thank you, Supreme Immortal, for saving the people of Wei Kingdom. The Wei Kingdom will definitely record this event in the historical books so that future generations remember the grace of the Supreme Immortal. Yi Junlin waved his hand and casually replied, You don't need to thank me. Being able to be a good emperor and treating the people well is already stronger than anything else. The little princess happily clasped her hands and responded, I will remember the teachings of the Supreme Immortal. May I ask, Supreme Immortal, can I join the Shen Tian sect? I also want to exterminate demons like you. Yi Junlin widened his eyes, looking at Zhao Ling'er. Information also appeared. Name, Zhao Ling'er, gender, female, cultivation, none, talent, high-grade water spiritual roots, status, princess of Wei Kingdom. He exclaimed, looking at the petite girl in front of him, thinking, the immortal is not bad at all. Yi Junlin waved his hand, responded with a sound of acknowledgement, and said to her, Ling'er truly has excellent water spiritual roots, she is a good seedling. Well then, if you have such a heart, I can agree. Upon hearing this, Emperor Dewei was overjoyed as if he could not believe it, and asked again, What? Really? Ling'er, hurry and thank the Supreme Immortal. Zhao Ling'er was happy, her face flushed, and replied, Ling'er thanks Supreme Immortal. Emperor Dewei said, Supreme Immortal, you have saved the Wei Kingdom and taken in Ling'er. On behalf of the people of Wei Kingdom, I express my gratitude to both of you. Please, I invite you to stay in the royal palace for a few days. Yi Junlin turned to look at Hong Qianyi and said, That's fine, let's go. Returning to the villa, Hong Qianyi exhaled. Then, he directly advanced from Divine Transformation Realm to Peak Realm. He was filled with powerful strength and said, Finally, my injuries have recovered. My realm has now broken through to Divinity Peak. Since I started cultivating 3,000 flames and took the pill, my cultivation speed has increased significantly. His methods are indeed extraordinary. Hong Qianyi clenched his fists, still harboring a resentment towards Yi Junlin, and thought, even though you saved me this time, the humiliation I endured cannot simply be overlooked. When I break through to realm integration, I will repay you double for the humiliation I have suffered before. You just wait there, Yi Junlin. Just thinking of you humbly begging for forgiveness makes me look forward to it already. As soon as the thought ended, Yi Junlin sent a sound transmission asking, Xiao Hong, come meet your master quickly. Hong Qianyi stomped his foot in frustration but still had to move forward, grumbling to himself, Here we go again, I'm doing this because I respect you. Inside Yi Junlin's room, he was holding a book and leisurely exclaimed, This martial arts novel is quite interesting. It seems that the local people here also enjoy a plot that slaps in the face, pretending to be cool. If I crossed over to this country, I might be able to make money writing novels. Well, first would be Battle Through the Heavens, it would definitely become popular all over the country. The author's name is Feng Quang Tu Do. Hong Qianyi entered from outside, still extremely annoyed, wondering, what is this guy muttering about again? Thinking that, he clasped his fists and said, Master, is there something you needed to talk to your disciple about? Yi Junlin waved his hand, placed a basin of water in front, and exclaimed, Have you arrived? He said as he soaked his feet in the basin, Come here, wash your master's feet. Hong Qianyi instantly became furious, his eyes bloodshot, and said, You. He thought again, even a strong blood demon was killed by this person. Now is not the time to turn against each other. Just endure it. Yi Junlin smiled lightly and asked, "What's wrong? Do you look down on your master? Why don't you hurry up and kneel down to wash your master's feet?" Hong Qianyi clenched his fists, feeling conflicted, and replied, "Disciple does not." Hong Qianyi bent down, washing Yi Junlin's feet while secretly harboring resentment, thinking, "I was once the leader of the demon sect, a true immortal at the peak. The number of cultivators who have died at my hands is in the tens of millions. Yet now I have to endure washing the feet of a cultivator from Wasteland Province." Yi Junlin was satisfied and praised, "Disciple is obedient." But inside, he was secretly pleased, thinking, "You brat, do you want to compete with me?" Suddenly, Hong Qianyi froze, thinking, "Wait, is this water the boundless water of Tai? If a mortal drinks this water, their appearance will remain youthful, living up to 200 years. If a cultivator drinks this water, it can purify the impurities in their body, making their body spotless. Cultivation will break through like flying. Even a small bottle, in the central region, would be fought over and seized. This is something that many monks have only realized but do not seek." He glanced up at Yi Junlin's smug face and felt even more furious. Is this guy really using this just to soak his feet? What a waste of heavenly material. This also made him even more certain. He must have obtained an extremely great opportunity. Otherwise, how could he waste it like this? So much boundless water of Tai consumed entirely would be an immense help for cultivation. Hong Qianye's eyes were glued to the foot-soaking basin, but he suddenly shut his mouth tight and said, "Wait, this is foot-soaking water." But just thinking about it made Hong Qianyi almost nauseous. Yi Junlin, not understanding anything, looked at Hong Qianye's expression and asked, "What are you doing, criticizing master's feet?" Hong Qianye's face turned pale, he struggled to swallow and replied, "No, no. Disciple was just thinking of something else." Yi Junlin sat comfortably there, also thinking, the boundless water of Tai reward given by the system is so abundant. Who would have thought that using it to soak feet, along with this disciple's convenient technique, could be so relaxing? He then said, "The water is a bit cold, let's add some heat." Hong Qianyi replied, "As you command, master." The water was immediately heated up, and Yi Junlin's expression became more and more euphoric, with strange sounds also coming out. Footsteps were heard as Zhao Ling Er cheerfully ran in, calling, "Supreme Immortal." What greeted her eyes was Yi Junlin's euphoric face, saying, "Ah, this is too much." Looking down into the dim corner below, she saw Hong Qianyi doing something quite ambiguous. Zhao Ling Er blushed, standing frozen in place, thinking, "Oh my, what are they doing? Who would have thought this master-disciple pair had such a relationship behind their backs?" She immediately ran away, saying, "So embarrassing." Yi Junlin turned his head, confused, saying, "What is this child Ling Er running away for?" Hong Qianyi looked up, calling, "Master, are you satisfied now that your feet have been washed?" Yi Junlin also said, "I am satisfied, of course I am satisfied." "Xiao Hong, what are you hiding? Let the master regret for you." Hong Qianyi gritted his teeth, secretly cursing, "Damn it, if I take it out, I can scare you to death. Keep bragging for a few more days, I'll endure it." Yi Junlin raised his hand, the ring on his finger chimed, and he exclaimed, "It's news from the master." A voice came from the ring, "Yi Junior brother, please return to the sect early to discuss the countermeasures. There has been a major incident in Wasteland Province recently, suspected to be an ancient secret realm about to open. If Xian Tian's sect can harvest from it, it will definitely become prosperous." Yi Junlin murmured, "An ancient secret realm?" Hong Qianyi stood up, explaining to Yi Junlin, "An ancient secret realm is a treasure land that can cultivate many resources for practice, enough for an ordinary cultivator to change their fate, like a fish leaping over the dragon gate, stepping onto the path of immortality. I didn't expect there would be a place like that in this poor wasteland province." After saying this, he smiled lightly, secretly calculating, news about the appearance of this secret realm will not be able to be hidden. Chaos is definitely going to happen then. But this is also our opportunity. If we can seize this good fortune, combined with the immense power of 3,000 flames, then our cultivation will definitely break through like never before. Over here, the system in Yi Junlin's mind also rang out, announcing a mission, new login. If the host can complete the login to the secret realm Luo Tian, they will receive a very surprising reward. Hearing this, Yi Junlin was a bit excited and said, a very surprising reward? System, quickly explain what this surprise is. The system replied, if I tell you, then it won't be a surprise anymore. Hearing this, Yi Junlin's excitement increased. He stood up enthusiastically and said, disciple, get ready. We are going to meet the Wei Emperor for a bit, then return to the Xian Tian sect. Hong Qianyi replied, yes, master. In the grand hall of the Dewei Palace, Zhao Ling Er chirped, Father, Ling Er is a bit reluctant to part with you. How about I stay with you? The emperor immediately said, no. You have joined the Xian Tian sect now. This is a very important opportunity that many people dream of but cannot attain. You must cherish this opportunity and not waste your potential. He walked down below, approached Yi Junlin, and called out, Supreme Immortal, I will remember your teachings, to treat the people well and become a good emperor. I hope you can take care of my daughter. Yi Junlin also assured him, those with a fate of their own, the girl has joined the Xian Tian sect, she will not suffer injustice. But how far she can go depends solely on herself. He turned around, waved his hand, and said, let's go, Ling Er, we are leaving. Everyone spoke in unison. Farewell, Supreme Immortal. Zhao Ling Er also raised her hand to bid farewell to her father. Your daughter will return to visit you when she has the time. At the Pearl Transmission Hall of the Immortal sect, the giant sun Venerable One seated above spoke down below. Recently, there have been many events in the Wasteland province. It is said that the secret realm ancient is about to be opened. Moreover, your father's Wind Thunder sect has been destroyed, by the misty peak of the Xian Tian sect. Chen Xiao clenched his fist and asked, what is the realm of this person? The giant sun Venerable One replied, it is rumored from the outside world that he is a newly advanced Yuaning cultivator from the Wasteland province. Chen Xiao's eyes filled with evil energy as he repeated the term Yuaning and snorted in anger. I kill Yuaning as easily as killing a chicken.